Hello, hello,
Yeah,
hello.
you baby tonight. What's
Can y'all
up?
hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody do a quick mic test right quick.
Yeah.
Mic test, mic
My
test.
test, my test.
I'm your baby tonight.
Hey, we
Whenever
back,
you
man.
want
Episode
me.
32, Movie Guys Podcast. Apologies for the delay. We were supposed to do it last night, but we got a
Delete.
little bit past schedule, and we said, you know what, man, let's just do it tomorrow, nigga. Let's just do it tomorrow. So we here today. Saturday, episode
So,
32. We got a couple movie reviews, not too many because really wasn't that many movies that came out the past week. But the next couple weeks is a lot of movies, so we'll have a lot of reviews for y'all. Got a good amount of news topics today that we'll go through, so I'll go ahead and get those started out first. And yeah, we can go ahead and jump into the intros. Let's start with my boy Mafia Quad. What's going on, brother?
What's good at one time? It's Mafia Quad here. We back for another week. Tragically, not a lot of good movies. Well, no good movies came out this week, but we here.
Yes, sir. And Redpeg, what's going on?
what's that, man? It's kind of dry. It was dry in the movie streets this week, man. So, we're gonna try to got some interesting things we better talk about this week. And TV shows. Yeah.
And what's up, Taarec? What you doing, brother? How you feeling?
Busting down
Dead
that
week.
substantive teaching.
Huh?
No.
Oh
Are they
man.
busting down that teaching? That history teaching?
Oh no. I mean, it was a pretty empty week this week. There's nothing really came out. I think nothing of interest came out, but I think the next month or so, there's a lot of movies coming out, a lot of westerns. So I'm ready for June's. May was
Yes,
kind of
sir.
dry.
And Alex will be showing up. Hopefully, I think he's just gonna be a little bit late, but we'll jump into it. I got some interesting news topics I want y'all's thoughts on. Let's see. I want to start with this one first because we talked about it last week, but a little bit more information came out. It has been officially confirmed. Giancarlo Esposito will play a villain in Captain America: Brave New World. So it was
The nigga from
previously
Breaking Bad?
reported that he had a role in the MCU, but we didn't know any details. Now we get details. He's going to be a villain in the new Captain America movie, and he's currently filming because they're doing reshoots. So it seems like they added his character in. He wasn't originally in the movie, and now he's being added in as like a side villain, I guess. And we still don't know who he's playing, the name of the character, but yeah, how do you feel about that?
Are we sure he's not a cameo? Because
The way he described it is this is his first appearance, and then he's going to show up later in a series. So I mean, it's possible he may just be doing a cameo, but they said they were doing like a 20. They said they were doing reshoots that were like 22-day reshoots. So I don't know.
That's concerning to me that they're doing reshoots and adding a villain in during reshoots. That seems kind of odd. I mean, I'm excited to see what he does. I want to know who he is. I wonder if he's gonna really be Norman Osborn or some like the rumors say. But I mean, I am excited to see him in there. I just don't know how that movie's gonna turn out. So I mean, we'll see.
Yeah,
I
that
agree with.
movie and Blade is looking kind of shaky. But I'm sorry, what you say, Mafia Quad?
Oh, I said I agree with Tarek. I'm kind of. This doesn't seem like a good idea to just add someone in during reshoots. Seems like it's gonna go bad, but we'll see.
Yeah, we got to see. I think
This nigga from Breaking Bad, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good actor.
So
Yeah.
next year we get Captain America that's supposed to come out next year, but we're also supposed to get the Thunderbolts movie that's supposed to come out next year.
What is that even gonna be about? Like, what the fuck
I
are the
mean,
Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts is literally just like
The X-Men?
it's like anti-heroes. It's like
Avengers.
Marvel's Suicide Squad type shit.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
So
Hello, you bitches. You're not gonna say hey to me?
Oh shit,
Oh,
is that
yeah.
Mr. Alex
First of
himself?
all,
Oh,
first of all,
shit.
first of all, you're late. You're lucky.
It's
We didn't
the
put you
lady
on blast. But
slipper.
now we're putting you on blast, buddy. You're late.
It's the lady slipper. He's
Hey,
here.
explain yourself. Explain yourself. Why
Movies.
you
Let's
late?
talk about movies. We're the movie
No,
guys.
no. Let's talk about the movie you went through today, nigga. Why you late? Why you late?
Whipping Will.
Why you late?
I had to watch Bridgerton. Next topic.
Oh shit, your girl
What?
got you watching that? Oh shit. Oh shit.
That's the
Whipping
excuse.
wheel.
Hey, Alex, they tried to get me too. I stood firm. I ain't watching that shit.
Fam.
I said no.
It is what it is.
Hey, Alex, be
Did
like that
y'all
shit. He
finish
watching Love
that
Island and
topic?
shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't be trying to.
We just started.
RuPaul.
I know
Love Island.
RuPaul Drag Race is funny though. I watched that. That shit funny.
Hey, Saint, what's up? I thought you.
I watched
So,
P Valley
yeah.
because of a girl. So, hey, P Valley, not bad, y'all.
We good.
P Valley.
Yeah,
Ain't it the one where they like
What's it Valley?
second and fucking on dick?
nah, but bro, it's about strippers,
But
but
it's also second and
It-
fucking on dick, right?
that's what y'all try to highlight, but it's not the
No,
most
but
shit in that show.
but answer the question. Are
No,
there
no,
people
no,
on
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Are there people on there doing that?
Yeah, of course.
So why you don't want to say that?
I mean, I didn't want to say you watch.
Well,
It's a spoiler. It's a spoiler.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
spoiler.
Oh, so that's a spoiler. Fucking second
It's
on dick.
It's a spoiler.
If that's a
It'll
spoiler,
shock you.
I
You
don't
be
want to watch
like,
that
oh,
show,
shit.
bro.
Hey, nah, I'm telling you, you're gonna be watching it and you're gonna be feeling like you're getting a little stiff. You be like, hold up, what's going on?
Excuse me.
Damn, like that.
Break
So
it
what's the
up.
topic, boys? What's the topics for the day?
I need that.
Hey,
Hold
man.
on. What this on?
I
Hey,
thought the
Saint.
late
Hey,
Saint
man,
had
it's on
a graduation.
HBO. I think.
Yeah,
I think it's
Saint,
on
what you was talking
HBO.
about, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to head out soon, but I just joined in because of that topic.
Nigga, they
Giancarlo.
having a graduation party this late, nigga.
Why you put your family over us? That's what I
No,
don't
it's not.
get.
Well, he technically is family, but it's not family. But not blood.
Boyfriend. Oh,
Come on, bro. Come on.
Tee.
But
Nah,
yeah, we
with
still
the-
talking about Giancarlo Esposito and them doing reshoots for the Captain America movie.
Oh
So,
my god! All right, if it's a Marvel
apparently-
conversation, I'll be.
No, apparently, bro, there wasn't even really reshoots. This is the first time they're doing a reshoot, and that's been reported from the Hollywood Reporter. So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Still, that's like the closest confirmed that we can get. But
Yeah.
honestly, it really does feel like they changing something completely because they not adding him for no like quick one-off like villain. And he said there's a series, and people are thinking it's probably gonna be not the Weapon X program, but the what's the one before that? Like the,
William Stryker, him.
Nah, even before him. Like it goes
Super
all the way
Soldier?
back to like the was it Isaiah
We're talking about the
Bradley,
Super
is that his
Soldiers?
name? Yeah, the Super Soldiers, like they had, because they had their own program trying to copy Captain America type shit, and then
Yeah.
it went kind of left. But apparently they setting a lot of stuff up. Like I don't know, the rumors are all over the place. Like they're saying this adamantium is missing, and that the plot revolves around that. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Like
Yeah, I mean,
it seemed like they split up
the big rumor I
X-Men.
saw, and it's been like a year or so now. They've said that is that that big ass statue from Eternals is going to be a plot point in Captain America because that's where they're going to find adamantium.
Isn't adamantium where it was Wakanda?
No,
that's
that's
Wolverine.
Adamantium.
Oh, that's
is what
vibranium.
Wolverine,
I'm tripping.
is what Wolverine has in his.
Oh, his claws. Yeah.
Are they ever gonna bring up the shit that happened in that
Eternals? No.
Eternals?
No.
What do
It's
you
been
mean?
4 years. It's been 4 years and no movies brought it up.
I
Yeah,
just
I
told
don't
you they
think
bring
no
it up. They bring it up in Captain America,
Oh, great. 5 years later.
Oh,
Amazing.
and they technically brought it
Eternals?
up.
Still not
They did bring it up in She-Hulk, but it was like a quick little gag.
Man, fuck that fucking show. Oh my god.
that's crazy.
No, I mean, I'm glad he's in the MCU. As I said before, just don't know. Like, I just this doesn't sound too great. Like the way they're adding into it. If they had like announced this shit before the movie shot, all right, cool. But they kind of fucked up the Winter Soldier show by having reshoots. And I know a lot of that was because of COVID and the plot revolved around a virus. So they kind of had to like cut a lot of shit out and redo the story. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like they already off to a bad start with homie as Captain America, and
You
I
don't
don't
you
think
don't like the Falcon and Winter Soldier?
no, because the original plot was about a virus. You go back and watch that show. A lot of the you don't feel like how people are talking and they're not even on screen because they had to like readjust the story and remove the whole plot line. That's why a lot of the shit with Peggy Carter, her cousin or whatever, her niece or whatever,
Makes sense.
didn't make any fucking sense.
The broker or whatever. That shit
Yeah,
was trash.
it didn't make any sense, and they kind of had to like reform the story. Like some of the even the last 2 episodes with the so-called villains, I forgot their fucking name, the girl and the other dude, the terrorist and shit. They're originally trying to like do something with a virus, but because of COVID, they got rid of all that story, that whole story plot. So it's kind of like they're already fucked up doing that shit during COVID, and now it's like the next movie we're hearing about reshoots and adding a villain during reshoots. I'm like, dog, Sam Wilson's already off to a bad start. Why you? I mean, I don't know. It just sounds like it's not going to be a good time.
I like the show though, so I mean, it's still probably like my favorite out of all of them, to be quite honest. But the villain was lacking, and I get why, COVID, but we can't use that excuse no more when it comes to new movies.
Yeah. I mean, I like Zemo in it. That was the best part when he was there, and then
Fire.
Apart from that, I feel like the rest of that show was type mid.
The first episode was fire.
When they were fighting on the fucking train.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I feel like the action
when
was
Agent Snap too, bro. I didn't think they was gonna show that much blood.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's what the Thunderbolts are. So if you watch all the Marvel TV shows, basically all the anti-heroes or like the villains or what's that one girl who kept appearing at the end with the phone and a pen and the shit in her hair. Basically, she's
what's the call's wife? Yeah, I know.
She's been recruiting. Yeah, the dude from the white dude from
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Yeah. So his wife has been like recruiting all these people, anti-heroes and shit, to make a team. And we don't know what the team. All we know is the Red Hulk is in it, and the Thunderbolt Ross dude. That's why they're calling the Thunderbolts. And that's it. We have no clue what else is going on in this movie at all.
With an asterisk.
With an asterisk. And the leaks have actually been pretty tight on the movie. I haven't heard shit about this movie or what they're doing with it.
Oh, that's good.
The only leak I've seen for Thunderbolts is Wolverine. You remember how like a couple months ago they showed the title and it had like an asterisk next to it. One of the leakers said that's because the final title of the movie will be Dark Avengers.
Yeah, just think about it. Thunderbolt Ross is he's the president now, so that would have been Norman Osborn, but Sony's not gonna give him the rights to do that. Which I don't know how they knew that they did a deal or whatever, but I don't know what exactly they can and can't do.
Well, it's just that Norman Osborn never existed in MCU in the beginning, so that's why they don't have Oscorp and all the other shit. So, okay, if that's how they're playing it, I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna attack the niggas, the Thor niggas, wherever Thor's the new Asgard.
Well, that's the plot point I seen for the next Thor movie.
Really?
They said the next Thor movie is going to be about him, about the new Asgard going to war.
Because in the comics, Sentry attacks New Asgard and fucks them up. And pretty much that brings Thor back from wherever the fuck he was doing with Gore. But I don't know. I'm kind of yeah. I mean, shit. I just hope the movie's good. We do for a good MCU movie. Deadpool.
I mean, we about to get one. Deadpool, July something.
I'm not giving them credit for that.
Yeah, that's more.
That's Fox.
That's Fox.
They still exist. They're just they're just like Lucasfilms. They're their own little bubble. So I don't really count that as MCU per se. But I do like what they got setting up with everything. But I don't know, brother. If they setting up a whole Weapon X like program show or whatever the fuck they're trying to do, that's cool. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't really want them to rush no X-Men shit either, because we don't even got X-Men in this universe.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. And that's what Deadpool is kind of like, the thing where like, is this gonna push the X-Men in really, really fast? Like, are we gonna get like a crash course of the X-Men because of Deadpool, or are we not seeing the X-Men for like another 3 or 4 years? And I have a feeling that Deadpool's gonna expedite the X-Men from just showing up. I mean, technically Wolverine's in the MCU now, so I mean, technically that's an X-Men, so he's there.
Yeah.
And technically we saw X-Men in the end of the cutscene in the cameo in the Marvels. So I mean, they kind of
already Earth 616.
It wasn't 616, but it's in like Disney's universe now. Like it's in the multiverse, so they're there. So I wonder how that's gonna go because they kind of did the Marvels come out last year or was that
That was
2020?
Last year.
Yeah, so I mean so I'm like I mean that cameo kind of could just be like a follow up in a Thunderbolts, or maybe Deadpool will touch on it. So we don't know because I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a cameo at the end of that movie too.
I don't know. Like the only way I can see them like excusing some crazy shit of rushing it is Professor X just wiped everybody's mind or just made it seem like they're not there. Like there's no mutants on Earth, like type shit. But then again, I don't know how that works too, because I mean you have the Avengers and a bunch of this crazy super villains and whatnot just popping up all over Earth. So I don't think people would be freaked out about mutants.
But remember, Spider-Man fucked everything up. So yeah, like he fucked the whole multiverse thing, and Wanda did it too. So I mean, shit.
It's strange.
Yeah.
They didn't explain that either, because don't they have an incursion?
Yeah,
they have that happening right now. So like,
Oh yeah,
the
they
fuck?
did.
Yeah, and the thing is, we don't know if a Doctor Strange 3 is coming out, which I'm kind of mad how they're kind of doing it because I feel like there should be probably been 3 Strange movies by now instead of just 2. But
I mean, there should. That was my big issue too. But I think as far as the incursion shit, that's going to get addressed in the King Dynasty or sequel.
Wait,
too.
oh yeah, they did tease a Doctor Strange sequel, right? Or was he a side character now?
Yeah, they had
the third eye.
But I mean, we don't know when it's going to come out. So
that third eye shit was terrible. I didn't understand that shit.
Don't even get me started, bro. That's CGI is fucking trash.
But we could jump to the next
Multiverse
topic.
midness.
I don't want to stay on Marvel forever. So this next topic here, it was announced that they are making a 300 prequel series at Warner Brothers, and Zack Snyder is in talks to come back and direct.
Oh, by the time it's
God!
By the time this come out, I won't care.
Yeah, I fuck with the movie.
I like the movie. I actually like both of the movies. I ain't gonna lie.
Didn't they do the sequel and shit? I'm not interested.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll watch it, but I really don't want Zack Snyder just because I got to deal with the Snyder fans and the headache of him just saying some more dumb shit in interviews. So,
oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, his fan base is annoying as shit. After that Justice League Snyderverse shit, which I mean, I appreciate that. They've been so fucking annoying after that. It's like that shit unleashed hell on Earth with them niggas.
Oh yeah, because the movie was like 5 hours long or some shit.
Yeah,
it's like 4.5 hours.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this. I like what they did in that movie, but my nigga, you can't make a 4.5 hour movie. Like,
to be fair, bro, they told you, like, they said it, like, you need to watch it as a show because it does have it in parts. So like, that's why they show the different chapters and whatnot. But, you know, people are like, oh, why would they want to put this 4 hour movie? Man, I don't want to hear that, bro. Niggas went to theaters to go see Endgame, and that movie was 3 hours long. You be seeing
4 hours. That's crazy to be spending. That's like a work shift.
Yeah,
that's spend money. It was on the Mac. It was on HBO Max.
Well, I'm talking about.
I'm saying if it was in theaters.
Yeah, no,
I still ain't finished that movie.
I mean, the movie was better than what we got in the theaters.
But it wasn't that much. It wasn't that much better.
No, it was. I feel like it was a lot better. I feel like
it was a lot better.
It was a lot better because it fleshed. Because did y'all like if you watch that movie? So much.
I keep falling asleep on it.
It didn't make any fucking sense. But I was like, dog, how did they even? They cut so much out that movie. Like they edited. Like, I want to know how much money they spent editing that shit, dog.
And that's a reoccurring thing that they do. They either because they started off rip with Batman v Superman editing the entire film out. Like what are y'all doing? Like the context is fucking different now because of what you edit out. They did it again with Justice League, and then you see with the Flash they added shit because that CGI shit was not there in the testing screenings, and I don't know what the fuck they got going. David Zaslav, bro. That shit give me a headache, dog. I can't stand.
What the fuck is David Zaslav, nigga?
I think
he's a nigga that's been running this shit to the ground, bro. And he's the same one. That's the reason why.
You said David Hasselhoff. What's his name?
You said David Lasloff, Coleslaw.
Zaslav. Yeah. The nigga I'm putting my foot in his ass. That nigga.
Yeah.
I knew you was into that freak shit. It's all coming out.
He pissed me off, bro. He's the same reason why TNT lost their the NBA show, whatever, Charles Barkley and all them. He's the reason. He's also the reason why Mortal Kombat 1 came out. and
He's
they
also the
didn't
nigga
even know
that
that
be
game was coming
he the
out.
one that been like put in movies in the vault, not releasing them. Like they canceled Batgirl, didn't release it. They canceled that
The Batman Beyond movie.
that Looney Tunes movie.
Wow, he put that in the butt. That would have did it well.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
he's ever since he bought, because he was the head of Discovery, then they bought the Warner Brothers, and he just been fucking shit up ever since. But
Oh fuck.
So yeah.
But Alex,
It's been
the
downhill.
topic was they're making a 300 prequel TV show. Are you fucking
A
with that?
TV show.
Yeah, 300.
Unless it's shot in the manner that the movie was, I'm not checking for it.
Me personally, I never even seen the sequel to 300. The original 300
Trash.
is
It
fire.
was so
Oh yeah, I
bad.
think
I
it wasn't
didn't
like
even know there
Blood
was a
Army or
sequel.
something. What was it
Some
called?
shit
Yeah,
like
it was ass.
It's Blood Army.
It was
I guess
something
It's some
crazy.
shit like that.
Fuck.
Wasn't it like Leonidas' son or something?
300 sequel.
I don't even know.
It wasn't a good movie. That's why no one knows.
Rise
about it.
of an Empire. Oh, that was a sequel
Rise
to
of
that.
an
I didn't
Empire.
even
Yeah.
know that.
Was
This
not a
look
good movie.
ass.
I feel like in
Yeah.
2006 that was a cool movie, the original one. But I feel like in 2024 that's not like that is not like no one's gonna be like jarred by like jaws dropped by the, like what he does anymore.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
But yeah, we'll see. There's not much information on it just still because I think it was just announced. But it will be on HBO Max, so we'll see what's up with that. This next topic, this is for Redpeg, all the Michael Jackson fans.
Yes,
The
sir.
Michael Jackson biopic film has wrapped filming, and it will come out April 18th, 2025, next year.
Oh, that's the day after my birthday. But I'm not gonna lie to you, not very interested in seeing this movie at
Oh,
all.
Why is that?
I'm sorry. I just don't have any interest in seeing that. Like,
so keep
I don't
going.
know. And I feel like, because it's not gonna be Mike, I don't know. I just don't want to see it.
Did you ever
I know
see
the music.
the TV movie of Michael Jackson?
Yeah, that shit was ass. That's probably why I don't want to see it. That's
Hey,
exactly probably why I don't
Here
want
go
to
a
see
question for y'all.
But see, this
When-
one
can
got
we
his
let-
actual family in it. His family involved.
Can we
his
let that
nephew
nigga
was
rest?
acting.
Well,
Can
Michael
we
Jackson, right?
I'm sick of seeing stories of Michael Jackson, Tupac, Biggie. I don't want not another. We don't need to see it again, bro. I'm sick of Malcolm X, fucking Muhammad Ali.
It's just gonna be. This probably just be way more
stop. It's
dramatized.
just, this shit is just easy money, bro. They know niggas gonna want to see how they represent it. As long as it's not a BET original, niggas gonna probably go to the theaters and watch the shit. Like, I don't want to see that shit, bro. Find some new stories. We are so
I don't wanna
creatively
see that shit
deprived from
either.
just interesting shit, bro. Like, god damn.
Well, it's
man,
good.
they got
Well, like, what
family
are they
working
gonna
on
show?
it.
What are they gonna show us this time that
That
we ain't
we
seen in
that we
any other
already don't know.
documentary? Yeah, all they gonna do is have people have fodder about like,
And
did
this
he
probably
portray
just
him
might
well?
be.
And
This might
if
be
the
the
family
best depiction of him, like the best on-screen depiction of him. That's all.
if the family is involved, we're not gonna get no salacious shit. Not saying that we want some about Michael Jackson, but usually,
Can't go get the real truth.
usually it's the documentary or some shit like that where it's like, nigga, I don't care if the family fuck with it or not. This is what we found out. That you telling me Jermaine Jackson is the one holding the camera during the scene? Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
All I want to see is Janet Jackson, the next Planet of the Apes. If they can't do that, keep it pushing.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. Getting out of it. Am I the only one that thinks they kind of rushed this production out, bro? Like, I know
They
shit be coming
did,
out
dude.
quick, but,
They
like, what the
did.
fuck?
Bro, I just seen them finish. They just finished shooting Thriller.
Yeah,
like,
I just thought, they also could be just waiting to release shit.
Oh yeah.
Like they could have
but I
had
also
all that
think-
shit in there, and this
I
is
also
part of the
think
rollout.
This type of movies like this don't take as long to shoot as like shit
Be
that
like
need
a
to be
9
on
months to a
screen
year,
and like
yeah.
CGI because they doing everything in person on either on set or in an actual location with real people. So they can,
And you know what? It also
but
it's also
his
not
entire
COVID now
life,
either. So
yeah, it's not COVID, but like I don't know, bro. It seemed like they stopping at Thriller, and I don't like that. Like I want to know.
I mean, it
Yeah.
makes sense because you think the family is gonna sign off with them going into the trials and the skin vitiligo and shit like that. They probably ain't
But that's a part of his character. That's
Yeah.
like very integral to his character.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
true,
know.
but
the-
I mean,
that's
it's
the
just like
question.
it's like Martin Luther King. We've seen Martin Luther King movies where they don't show him dying every movie. He just show him.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I think Selma, we didn't see him die in Selma, or did we?
Selma
No,
was
I
good.
think he died.
No, we didn't see him die. No.
Yeah, we didn't see him die in Selma.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. They
When did Selma
might
come out?
like 2015, something like that.
Yeah,
I didn't watch
it's
that.
been a decade.
I'm tired of slave movies.
It's not a slave movie.
I know. I'm
It
just
came out
saying.
in 2014.
I mean,
I know
civil
what
right
you mean, though.
movies, I should say.
Yeah, but it's important to have those movies out there, though. Especially even
I mean,
like you got it's a legacy thing. You got to keep that going, bro. Like it's
they
a certain
didn't fucked over Michael so bad. I don't want to see no other depiction of him. Okay, but the family making it, so I guess.
Yeah, and it's on the big screen, but it's not like the Tupac situation where that shit that I don't even know how they legally got. Well, I know how they legally got
Bro,
it through.
that Tupac movie, you know the director was a music video. That was his first movie. He's a music video director.
Oh, I can
Damn.
tell that cheap ass fucking fake jewelry and the iPhone in that fucking
You know,
movie.
it's
Nigga, I
funny.
almost walked out the theater,
The
dog.
Biggie Smalls movie was actually not bad. Like I remember watching it. I remember hating it.
I'm afraid to rewatch that, dog.
Nigga, the last Michael Jackson movie I watched was Flex Alexander's Michael Jackson movie, Man in the
No,
Mirror.
bro, no.
Yeah,
no.
so that put such a bad taste in my mouth. I don't even listen to Michael Jackson music no more on the
Dang.
regular.
Wait, hold
I used
on
to
now.
bump
Hold on.
I used to bump the Invincible album all the time. Remember the Time, shit like that. But
Nigga, you
I hate
better
what he did
bump
to
that
Michael
off the
Jackson.
wall.
You want me to bump something? Pause. But yeah,
No pause,
I'm over
fast forward.
I'm over. What is it? Biopics or
Biopics.
biopics? I'm
Biopics,
over 'em.
biopics.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to see another biopic.
Well, we could jump into the next topic, and this one is also for
Uh-oh.
Redpeg and the other Disney lovers.
Uh-oh.
Moana 2 has officially been.
Yes,
well,
sir.
The trailer for Moana 2 was officially
The trailer
released.
dropped.
And not
Oh,
only
shit,
that,
good.
after the trailer released, it became Disney's most watched animated movie trailer ever with 178 million
Okay.
views in 24 hours.
I'm gonna be real. I seen a little bit of hate going around on this, and I gotta agree. This shit do look like it was once a Disney Plus project. The animation is the animation not bad. It's actually pretty good. It's not at the level of the first movie. Like the water. I don't know how to explain it. Y'all gotta watch the trailer. Look at the original movie. It's something about it. It don't look.
Did y'all hear that?
As
Did
high
y'all hear
budget.
that they had Kiso do the mocap in that movie? So I'm excited
That
to
nigga not
support
even-
him. Kiso loves Moana. I think
And
he was on
ain't
like
there-
Hollow.
ain't Isn't there a live action version of Moana coming out as well?
Yes, there is.
That The Rock is gonna be in? Yeah. So
Oh my god, bro!
yeah.
I swear he just go to Craigslist and look up opportunities to wear grass skirts and slap my forearm and do our little tribal dance. Like, nigga, sit down somewhere.
I ain't gonna lie. To be fair though, that A24 movie, hey man, that might be his.
The
that might be
boxing
his
movie?
come
I'm
up.
gonna go watch it. He'll finally
I
have a serious role that we consider. Let's see if you actually know another emotion other than doing a one-liner and punching something. Let's
Y'all
see.
acting like The Rock. Y'all acting like The Rock hasn't flexed his muscles before. Nigga,
Yeah,
like
like
his
20
acting
years
chops.
ago, like in Gridiron Gang and fucking
I also another Disney movie he was in. Game Plan, really good movie.
with
Really
his
good movie.
daughter.
Where he had the fucking haircut from a
Fire.
Skyrim game.
That movie is good.
Nah, his hair looked fucking crazy.
Game Plan was good, nigga.
He was a better actor in the 2000s than he is in the 2010s.
I mean, to be fair, but the movies he was getting, he didn't have to do that shit. That he didn't have the roles he had didn't require those
yeah,
acting
but his
chops.
roles, the Gridiron Gang, he did amazing in, and that was like a really down to earth type of role.
And I like it. I really like The Rock and Fast and the Furious too. I thought it was the best part of the movies when he
I
was in
feel
it.
like he's that nigga in Fast and Furious in every movie he's in.
I mean, nowadays, yeah, I ain't gonna be mad at that.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
He was literally what's the dude's name? Hobbs.
Yeah, Sean Hobbs and Shaw.
He's literally Hobbs and Black Adam, nigga. He's literally the same fucking person.
Did y'all talk about the TV Glow last week?
The what?
I saw the TV Glow.
I think you were the only one that saw it, so we didn't. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you
I
want
get
to
my
get
view
your
on
review
that
later,
later.
we can do that.
Yeah, I can do it later.
And then jumping off of this Disney topic, another one. A new Incredibles and Finding Nemo movie is being considered at Pixar.
You know why? Because all this shit flopping. They need a. The new IPs they released is actually pretty good. They just all released on
Elemental?
Disney Plus.
Is the thing, Redpeg. I don't know if you saw this. I saw this today.
Soul?
They came out.
Bro, Soul. They had Turning Red. What do you say, Monta?
there was a report that came out that the higher ups at Disney basically told Pixar like, look, like these movies y'all making, like Turning Red and Luca not hitting. We need y'all to go back and
To your roots, nigga.
I hate that.
and do sequels.
I hate
So that's
that.
why we got
I hate that.
Inside Out 2. That's why they're talking about Incredibles
I really hate that.
3, Finding Nemo 3. That's why. So they trying to go back to the Toy Story fucking 5.
They trying to
hate
get the 30 and up crowd to come back.
I hate that. I hate that. I hate that.
Are looking at those other movies as being unsuccessful.
Bro, I hate that. It's not all their fault either.
They didn't like Elemental. Yeah.
It's not all their fault, bro. The movies are good, bro. They just releasing these shits on Disney Plus so fast that niggas like, why go to the movies when it's gonna be in Disney Plus in a month? That's literally what's happening. That's what happened with Turner Red didn't even hit theaters, nigga. They just put that on Disney Plus, if I'm not mistaken. So how you can't get mad at that being a financial failure for shit like that? Buzz Lightyear wasn't that good. I ain't mad at that.
Movie is fucking garbage.
Elemental hit Disney Plus in like a month after it being released. Of course, I'm not gonna go to the movie and see it when it's, I can save money and me and my kids can watch it at home. Like
That nigga said me and my kids.
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Said me and my dogs can watch it at home. Wait,
yeah, man.
Hey, can we just say this, bro? And I feel like you don't get enough respect. Incredibles 1 is one of the greatest animated movies of all time. I don't care what nobody says.
Right.
I was actually thinking about it on my way home yesterday. I was just like,
I watched it the other night with somebody.
Who?
Don't worry about that.
Hey, if you in the crowd, we think about you. Yeah. I was driving home and I was like, bro, that movie had so much humor that was like adult / it just being a cool visual spectacle. The art style was fire. It was like that neo-modern 1960s, 70s, what they used to like retro, what they used to think the future would look like. Frank Lloyd Wright architecture, the clothing, all of that shit. The cast was fire. The voice actors was fire. And
Samuel
like
Jackson,
it felt like a new take on superhero movie, like superhero cartoon movies. Like if you think about it, do y'all remember that transition where he was feeling like, damn, I'm working this dead end job, and then he starts sneaking around fighting crime or whatever the fuck.
Company.
And so he was, and so then he started like feeling like himself again. Remember the scene where he lost some weight. He was leaving to go to work, and he come in, kiss his wife, and then she bring him back in. They about to have sex, and then the nigga was feeling himself like, I'm like, this is fire. Like I know it's a kids movie, but it's some real adult things in there that felt
First
like.
of all, for you to be saying that, nigga, when you like 5 or some shit watching this, I know that movie ain't that old.
Bro, if I was 5, you wasn't even a thought. What are you talking about?
I know, but you acting like this is fire. Like,
nigga,
your first.
I saw. Here's the difference between me and you, Redpeg. I saw it in theaters. You saw it when it was on streaming. Let's talk about that.
No, I seen it. I seen it on VHS, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah.
That shit did not come on VHS. What are you talking?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
The last movie that was on VHS was fucking Brother Bear.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And they used to play that in Books A Million.
I didn't see it on streaming.
Wait, hold on. Is that true?
Nah, but I remember in Books A Million in the bookstore, they used to have Brother Bear playing in the back of the bookstore all day. But nah, I think Incredibles. I need to go rewatch Incredibles 2.
Oh, yeah.
I need to rewatch that.
I remember it being good. I think it took off right after the second movie.
Yeah.
It was
I just feel like
after.
that animation is just sexy. The characters, everybody loves them. That movie got quotables. Me, like to this day, what other Pixar or
Super Suit?
Yeah, that one. What other animated movies to this day? That's like meme though. That's meme. Like SpongeBob is infinitely meme.
Shrek is like the closest thing.
Shrek, yeah. So Shrek, Incredibles, Toy Story,
Cars.
Cars.
Oh, yeah,
like
Cars,
there's only like a handful of animated movies that internet culture has just like will not let die. Like the Incredibles even have that
B movie.
That B movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like y'all seen that picture where Mr. Incredible when he notices something real dark and morbid and they make the picture like black and white.
Oh, yeah.
Weird shit like that. I don't know, man. I'm excited about this. I just hope they do the comedy well. I hope the animation stays true.
My thing is, I think if Pixar don't make it, you just gonna be forcing them to shit out a movie that's not gonna be as good as the previous 2 movies, and that's getting into dangerous territory. And then it's gonna piss off more fans. I don't know.
At this point,
Disney is coming off. Disney is coming up. They coming off as very creatively bankrupt. They shitting out sequels, remaking OIPs. And that's why they fell in the box office. right now. So
No, I don't know. I feel like this will help the new generation watch it. They'll probably go and stream Incredibles 1 and 2. I mean, the thing that sucks is that it's obvious now. Like, of course, when we was kids and watching movies, ain't nobody thinking about this, but it's obvious that the intent of making movies is just like music or anything else. It's just how long can we keep them staying on the app, streaming something else. So for me, like you said, the intent is to get subscribers or get butts in the seats so that they can also go home and look at our other movies and shit that was, number 1 and number 2. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It sucks, but that's the reality of the situation. At least what it seems like to me.
Yes, sir. Well, we'll see. But let's talk about this.
yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Let's talk about this. I don't know if you guys saw the Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket was officially revealed. I'm gonna put a picture of it in there so y'all can see what it looked like, in case y'all haven't seen it.
Yeah, I need that extra butter.
So I don't know if you guys remember how this all started. When Oppenheimer came out, when Dune came out, they made a popcorn bucket that was like the sandworm, but people made fun of it, like you could stick your dick through it and shit like that because it was like a big hole or whatever.
Did
Ryan
you try?
Reynolds said he was
Or was
inspired
it too
by that.
small?
And he had a good idea for the Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket. Here's an image of it on the screen. I put it in the Discord too for y'all to see. It's essentially just Wolverine's head with his mouth wide open.
Whoa.
You think you can fit it in there, Wonton?
Huh?
Oh, yeah, that's plenty of room. I can get busy.
Damn, your shit. Never mind.
I could get busy. I'm dead.
But I think this is going to sell out instantly. Because people, for one, people like Deadpool. He's a lot of fans, and this is a funny little thing. I think this will do very well as far as popcorn buckets. The Dune one sold out a lot of places. My theater sold out. I couldn't even get one if I wanted to. So yeah, I think this will do really well, this popcorn bucket. But what do you guys think about it? Do you think it's funny? You think it's kind of like cheesy? What you think?
It's cool.
Yes, sir.
I seen some nerd hating it on Twitter talking about something. I don't think they realized it was funny. Talking about the Dune shit.
Dune was
Unintentionally funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, it's like the Dune shit was mouth open."
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Niggas freaky.
But I mean, I didn't really like. It's a fucking popcorn bucket. Like, I'm not gonna take it that fucking seriously. Like,
That's the whole point of the marketing, bro. Like
Yeah.
they know, like I like the meme where they put fucking Oppenheimer. They say like they don't realize like how much damage it really did to Dune, like the Dune bucket did, because it's like, bruh, even before that, like they were doing crazy buckets, like just random shit. Like if you go on to AMC or Cinemark, bruh, they have a lot of outlandish buckets where it's like, why was it even made? To the point like AMC had like a clearance sale last year of like a bunch of buckets where it's just like, this shit not gonna sell. But if it's a certain franchise, that shit gone, bruh.
Hey, question.
Mhm.
If you buy the bowl or the bucket, see, so back in the day, if you had bought a large cup, you could come get free refills in my movie theaters, and I'm sure they took that shit off. So there was a reason to buy
No, it's still
big ass
Nah, it's
cups.
still there.
They still do that? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if they do that at mine because
shit.
Cinemark don't have a fountain. Like other places have, like AMC has a self-serving. But
Yes,
my theater, you gotta go behind. You gotta
AMC
go
is the
behind the
best,
counter.
baby. Yeah.
So that's why
Well, you can
AMC is
ask them,
great
though.
with that shit, but Cinemark does this weird shit with the popcorn bucket. We got to buy the extra large popcorn to get a free refill. That shit is...
AMC does it too.
So
I think
before
you
if
do
you want
have
large,
to get a large.
but no,
Yeah,
now
you
they have
get-
an extra large bucket. It used to be a large, so they introduced
that's crazy.
yeah.
What
So
the
now
hell?
the large bucket does not get your refill no more at Cinemark. You have to get an extra large bucket.
Oh, that's
If you can go through
trash,
if you can go through an extra large bucket
Dog,
of popcorn in an hour and a
I
half,
couldn't
you got that
couldn't
shit.
do that shit, dog. I'm like, this. No, I mean, to be
Hey, I
honest,
can't even finish a regular.
Yeah, like what?
Honestly, yeah.
I haven't got to the bottom of it.
If you get an A-list, the AMC A-list, you get a free upgrade, like a free size upgrade. So I get the large anyway.
I haven't got to the bottom of a popcorn bucket since it was like me and my kid. It was like 3 niggas eating out the bucket. It wasn't just me.
Nigga, he's a bitch. Y'all was having a threesome with the popcorn?
Of course,
Disgusting.
nigga. We was kids. You know how expensive that shit is? We gonna make this shit last, nigga.
Let me
And
ask
we
y'all
getting
though.
largest, and we sharing, and we gonna have 2 straws, and don't use my straw.
Have any of y'all bought any of these
Oh,
collectible
no.
buckets the last?
never. I've never once
I
gotten.
know
one of those.
Kiso buys them, but
I was thinking about. I was gonna
Let me send it in the chat. I got
My dad
some.
is a real big Saw fan. I was gonna buy the Jigsaw one, but I was like, I don't know, $30 for it was small at that. I'm like, nah, it ain't.
The
Not
reason
for
I'm asking
$30.
is because if you buy one of these, do you get free refills every time you go?
No.
That's what I
I've
was
never
saying. Like they
tried
don't
that.
do that.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm saying.
never tried that.
Back in the
I'm not
day,
saying
bro.
that.
I'll ask
Back in the
I'm
day
sure
at my
you
movie
probably
theater,
gotta pay every time. You might get a free refill that same showing, but like if you come another day, they probably gonna make you pay. That's what I was thinking.
that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, you could bring an empty bucket and go up to the front and they'll fill it up, type shit. But nowadays, I know for shit show they ain't doing it now, especially
Yeah,
after
'cause-
2020.
Yeah, because in COVID they're like, oh, no more refills because it's contamination and shit. We don't want to cross contaminate. So I'm like thinking, all right, after COVID they're gonna bring back the refills and shit for free. And they started doing this bullshit where you got to buy the larger size. Like they introduced a whole nother size that costs more for them to get one refill. That's just
Oh,
dumb.
no.
That's what. Well,
There's
that's
some
Cinemark.
scumbags for that.
AMC has it right. AMC with the free refills, that's fire. But my AMC theater sucks outside of that. So that's why I don't
Shit ass.
that shit is so fucking trash, dog.
Hey,
There's no reclining seats. The fucking screen is fucked up, and some of the seats were like broken, dog. I was mad. I had to go back and watch Doom because of that shit. I was so pissed off.
random question for the room. I saw a post, and I don't think it was real, but somebody was sharing around a post of Walmart saying, "Hey, we might go back 24 hours." How would y'all feel if there was a movie theater that you could go 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, catch a show? Would y'all think that would be lit, or y'all would never take advantage of that?
That's like a
Take
recipe.
advantage of it.
That's a recipe for disaster. Niggas will start fighting and shooting again.
I don't know.
Too
I would
old
take
for that,
advantage
dog.
of it. Maybe very rarely. Like if we was hanging out like I was hanging out with some niggas type shit, and we was like at the bars and was like, let's go catch a movie type shit.
That's what I
Other-
feel. I feel like if once
Other
the
than
clubs
that,
close,
I
I'm like,
don't
let's
think
see
I
a movie.
would. I don't think I would.
I
take
mean,
advantage
shit.
of that.
I'm not up
Yeah.
past 1 a.m. anymore. So, I mean,
Yeah,
if
you
I was
lightweight
just
ass.
like,
They used to have movies at like 1 in the morning and shit.
It's still
Nah,
well,
there used to
nah.
be movies that would start at
Like
like
midnight.
10, 10:30.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they still do that. They still do that.
like the
It's just they just don't
latest,
serve
Midnight.
concessions.
the latest show
Yeah.
in my movie theater, I think I've seen was like a 11:30 show, and that was like for a fucking Marvel movie because they had so many fucking theaters open and it was selling out. And I think that was for Doctor Strange. But other than that, I don't think most theaters have show times past 10:30 because most of the workers are gone by 12.
Yeah. But they stopped serving hot dogs and shit. I'd be pissed. My movie
Yeah.
sour.
That's
Yeah.
why I try to go to the movies around like 7 or 8 because
But see,
when you
at
get
that
there,
time, I feel like if you going that late, it's probably easier to sneak food in.
I feel like the thing is, if you're a dude, you're not sneaking food in. If you got like a girl, she has like a big ass fucking
Yeah.
purse.
Nah,
She
see,
can like
that's
sneak
why you
shit
got
in.
to get you one of them
Gotta
man
get you a
bags.
hoodie.
A
Get you a
satchel,
man
niggas.
bag. Get you a man bag. Yeah.
Got you.
They gotta search that shit. I mean, I don't know.
Just wear a hoodie.
I get so paranoid at the movie theaters now. When I see like white people like congregate, I'm like, nah, this nigga's gonna shoot the shit up. So I literally don't like having niggas with like. I know I'm being dead ass. Like the other day, these two niggas was like sitting there, and my first thing I go to my dog. These niggas gonna shoot the theater up. I don't know why I'm thinking about that, but in my brain, I'm just thinking like, dog, these niggas look like they about to pull guns out. So I would not want to see white niggas with like backpacks.
I mean,
and fucking
sometimes I
satchels.
get paranoid too, but that's because, bro, there's
After that Batman shit.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want to see
Yeah,
that.
but see, that shit was
100%.
over 10 years ago. But again, it's very
I
possible.
still have little thoughts about it
The
sometimes. Like,
problem
I think it
is
just
there's no metal detectors for these
There's
places.
nothing.
Oh yeah.
There's no security guards most of the time. I've never seen a security guard when I go to the theater most of the time. Like, so I ain't gonna lie, that should be in the back of my mind sometime. But
So that's why I do not want to see movie theaters let niggas in with fucking backpacks and shit like that. I'm like, nah, I don't trust none of these people in there with that shit. So and I literally sit in seats so I can jump off like the exit thing and land and run the fuck out of there. It's
Facts.
crazy. I literally pick my seats based on that, so I can
Same.
get to the exit. I don't fuck
Got
around with it.
PTSD from that situation.
Yeah, dog. I just don't. I'm just not trying to get caught up in a fucking movie theater, get fucking lit up. and
Why he
shit.
chose the Batman movie?
It was
I
a
don't
popular
know.
movie when it came out. He knew that more people was gonna show up.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I think it
They
was
did
on
say the
night,
same
too.
thing for Joker. I remember they
Yeah,
were like
Oh yeah, they were
a
worried about
fake
Joker.
hoax
They were
about
worried.
it.
I mean,
They
you
were telling
kind of
people,
got. You
"Don't
kind of
watch the
got to be.
movie."
People are fucking crazy, dog. I don't put it past people, but I am super paranoid with people bringing backpack shit in the movie theater. I do not fuck with that shit.
Yeah, nah. But shit, I sent the popcorn buckets in the chat. I'm gonna have to try next movie, Bad Boys. I'm gonna try to bring the bucket and see what they will say.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I'm going. I'm going to see Bad Boys too. By the way.
See that Star Wars one.
Oh
is
my
there,
god! I thought we promised. I thought we promised not to go to the next Bad Boys movie, y'all.
No, we did. We never made that promise.
Who promised that?
Dude, let me gaslight you. We all promised we would not see that fucking movie.
No, we did.
We,
Bro, y'all didn't think
Chris
the,
now, nigga?
y'all
I'm
didn't think the
only
last
going
one
to
was bad?
see it.
last one
I'm
was
only
bad.
going. I know, but this one look better.
But it's like what I'm.
And you know what's so annoying about Redpeg? The only reason why he's saying that is because in the trailer it had that scene where he threw the gun and the camera followed the gun. That's the only reason he's saying that.
It don't look bad. It don't look
To
bad.
be honest, I kind of gotta watch it just because
look
I'm like,
good
all
either.
right, I might as well. Watch
Thank
it.
you, Wonton. That shit don't look good.
Yeah.
Listen,
Oh my
I was
God.
entertained with the last one. Was it bad? For sure, it was definitely bad. In a
The
sense
dudes that
of
did
film.
that directed the
Like,
last one did Miss Marvel, and they were supposed to do Batgirl.
Ew.
yeah,
Oh,
but
I don't know about this.
but
No,
I
they're
don't
not
know.
doing a new
I
one.
don't
They're
know,
not doing
bro.
a new one.
Hey, did y'all see that? Did y'all see the opening night pictures of him and his family?
I did. Actually, I was just scrolling
Yeah,
through
I
the
did.
pictures. They are
That
a fly
evil
family, bro.
The evil.
They fly.
Who you talking about? Who
Yeah.
family?
The
talking
Will
about that
Smith
Oh,
family.
Will Smith.
Like
Him and
just
his evil wife. Mhm.
yeah, she needs
She remind me of
5,000
what's her name?
volunteer hours.
Edna from Emperor's New That's what she
Oh, you
remind
talking
me of.
about Geese?
Oh, Madam
no,
Zeroni.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her
That's-
name was
yeah,
Madam Zeroni.
Yzma some shit.
No, it's
He's
the same.
right.
No,
No,
that's the
that's-
same actress.
no,
that
Yeah,
played
her actor died. Yeah, she died. Yeah.
Yes, that's who Jada
rest in
Pinkett
peace.
Smith remind me of. Just evil.
He's what?
We'll
Ooh,
pull the crock. Oh, well,
that
pull
now,
the whatever.
nigga said Will pull the crunk pause.
Hey, yo.
Nigga, that nigga pulling his lever pause.
Finished.
Pull the
Now
lever.
that
Oh,
would-
yeah, I said it wrong.
That would be a good movie night. Emperor's New Groove. Ooh,
That's one of actually my
I've seen that
favorite
shit a million
Disney
times, though. It's a
movies,
good
dog.
movie.
That shit,
Yes,
that
sir.
shit
Hey,
is
look.
funny as hell, dog.
Classic.
That
y'all watch
movie is
Kronk's
like
New Groove?
I love Kronk. I got the
I've seen it
DVD.
like once, maybe.
Emperor's New Groove is like the most underrated. People say Atlantis is the most underrated Disney movie. Nah, Emperor's New Groove
Oh,
is the
facts.
most underrated
No,
one.
Treasure
I-
Planet
nah,
is the most
nah.
underrated.
Treasure Planet is
Treasure Planet is good. The second one is
Disney sent that
ass.
movie out to die. No, Disney sent that movie out to die.
Don't talk about two.
Emperor's New Groove had a cartoon show too. That shit was
He
pretty
had a
cool.
cartoon
The
show.
game was pretty
The
fire.
cartoon show was cool.
PS1. Yeah, that was that show had like the funniest jokes. I think that's one of them. To be honest, that show was memed a lot too. It just I feel like
Yeah, I
it's
seen
just
it going
dude-
viral on Twitter.
Yeah. But even the dude who played the Kronk, I forgot his fucking name. He's in a lot of fucking. I forgot dude's name, but he's
He's in a lot of stuff because he got that unique voice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was the dude in Impossible, the teacher Barrick or whatever his name was. Which is funny because that's also another Disney show. So
Yeah.
Well, let me jump to this next topic, and I want to get Taarek and Alex's thoughts on this.
oh god,
It has been officially confirmed that Mike Flanagan is making a new Exorcist film, and they have described it as a radical new take for the franchise. Now, keep in mind, this film is going to be directed by Mike Flanagan. He's the one that
Jesus.
did the Netflix shows, Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor. He did Midnight Mass, which is great on Netflix, and it's being made from Blumhouse. And it seems like it's going to be another reboot. It doesn't take place after the last Exorcist movie that came out last year.
so wait, they canceled the other movies?
Yeah, those are done. Those are canceled.
Oh god, thank
This
God.
is my thing. I'm not mad at him because I did watch Haunting of Hill House. I liked it. I did watch. Well, you didn't say the Midnight Gospel. What was the other one you said?
Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass. I watched Midnight Mass. So I'm not mad at him. He's been able to at least give a long form TV show version of his ideas. I don't want to see this IP for the next 15 to 20 years. I don't want to see this shit until we're 50 and 60 and we think, damn, remember the Exorcist movies when they. That's when I want to see another one. We just got a fucking Exorcist movie, and now they're trying to start over.
Yeah.
Again, how many times do y'all think we want to see an empty, foggy road with one lamp and a nigga with a suitcase and a bowler hat? We don't care, nigga. It's old, it's played out, it's tired. Stop it.
Yeah, the last one flopped. It got terrible reviews, and it was so bad that the guy who was attached to make the sequels or write the sequels, which is the same guy that did the Halloween sequel that came out recently, he pretty much left. He quit, and so they scratched those movies, and now they're going in a new direction. Me personally, the only reason I'm looking forward to this is because of Mike Flanagan. If it wasn't him involved, I wouldn't fuck with it. I like the show.
This shit
that I've
finna be
seen
the
from him. I will say, Mike Flanagan has made movies in the past. He made a movie called Ouija back in like 2014. Absolutely terrible. That movie is.
Why do
I remember
y'all
that
why do
movie.
y'all keep watching these terrible ass scary movies? They all
Bro,
the same.
it's halfway part of it why you about to go see Bad Boy. You kind of want
What?
to see how bad it is.
First, what?
You want to see how
I mean,
bad
you
it
didn't.
is.
I mean, so you that's why you didn't go see Challengers. You didn't want to see how bad Zendaya acting was?
I don't want to see Zendaya kiss a guy and then 20 seconds later look like Kristen Stewart and have no emotion and then kiss another guy on her left. I don't want to see it. I'm sorry. Like, I understand that you like seeing her in a little tennis skirt. They don't do it for me, my nigga. I don't want to see her.
The movie is very good, Alex. I really would like you to watch it.
Oh, and let me guess. Y'all watched the 20-part documentary of how they filmed the tennis ball going from racket to racket. You watched that, right?
Well,
Yeah,
it's like a 4-minute video. It's not good. But
Peak cinema.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Alex.
Why are you laughing like
that? She's not the main character in the movie. The other guys in the movie. It's a good movie, bro. Like, if you don't like her, you can still watch that movie and enjoy it. I'm telling you that for a fact. I'm trying to tell you.
Regarding,
Can I tell you something? You know what you just described to me? It's like you describing, hey, this place this got the best burgers on this side of the Mississippi. But don't eat the burger. It's the fries. That's really the good part of the meal. Like, that's what you're telling me. Everything about this movie has been centered around Zendaya, and you just told me she's not. You just told me she's not even the main character. But she the best part.
No,
she is one. She's very good in the movie.
She's one of, like, she's good. This is one of her.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you when Zendaya. She acts the best when she look like she on crack. That's when she act the best. When she high on crack and she in 12th grade.
Cap. That's cap. That's cap.
I would say she's more of a plot point in the movie.
For y'all that don't like her and think she's a bad actress, this is one of her best performances. I'm not saying it's an amazing performance, but it's
okay. Alex,
I don't think she's a bad actor. I've never said she was bad. I just said she's mediocre.
That's fine, but
she's like the black Kristen Stewart.
That's fine.
That's disrespectful.
Nah, that's disrespectful.
Bro.
That's fine. You feel that way, but I'm trying to tell you again. This movie is enjoyable even without her. Like, there's for one, you're somebody that appreciates the way things are shot. The way scenes are set up. There's a lot of good shit in this movie.
Why you trying to butter me up? Why you trying to butter me up?
I'm
Alex
telling you,
is right. She might be the white Crystal Stewart.
I'm just telling you, Alex. Regardless how you feel about her, this would be a very enjoyable movie for you and your girl. This would be a great movie for y'all to watch together.
Hey, why you bringing my family and kids into this? Look, just think about it. Think about it. When you went and watched Dune, her facial expression the entire fucking movie when she had that snorkel in her nose was a scowl, a couple eyes that were tearing up, and her walking into the sunset. When this nigga died in front of her and needed her poverty-stricken tears to wake him back up, it was no emotion. It was, how could you? And they just looked around the room like, she's the black Kristen Stewart, bro. I'm sorry.
That's fine if you feel like that, because a lot of people agree with you. Me personally, I don't agree, but the people
you think she's cute. There's nothing wrong with that.
The people that agree with you, they still say that the movie is still fantastic. She's just a weak spot. You could feel the same way about Challengers. The movie is fantastic. You just might not like her parts, but the rest of the movie is very good. That's all I'm saying.
It's on streaming now,
and it's on streaming, so you ain't got to leave the house
already. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
been on streaming since I think last.
Damn,
week.
It didn't even go to the dollar movie. Damn.
So check that out. And you still gotta watch Civil War because you said you're gonna see it. You didn't see it. That's also on streaming.
I'm waiting on the movie night. I'm waiting on the movie guys movie night to watch it.
We can do that tonight. We could watch.
We watching Godzilla tonight. We watching Godzilla.
Are we watching
Godzilla
-1? It's on Netflix.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We could do a double header. We could do.
Wait, y'all don't want to watch? Y'all don't want to watch Bridgerton?
Nah, we good.
I will be there. I'll be there.
No, you miss all the movie nights.
It's not, bro. I get on
I
Discord on my PlayStation. I can't watch it on the PlayStation.
Nigga, get off your PlayStation. It's literally that simple.
Why are you making me move mountains for you?
What?
DM me about it.
Shut,
DM me.
shut your fat ass up, nigga.
Look at you know it's fat too. Okay,
Okay,
next
I know.
about that movie, I don't want to see this shit either. The last movie me and Alex watched, kind of made me depressed though. I don't want to see that shit again. That shit was pretty bad.
Damn. Wait,
That
why
shit-
made you so
dog-
depressing?
Dog, that shit was. I was so like hyped for that movie because the trailers made that shit seem like, oh, I just about to really like bring back like the possession horror, and that shit was so fucking bad. It's the worst movie I watched last year, and I watched 65. Like that's pretty fucking bad though. Mommy, yeah. Like that's the only thing that me and Alex remember from the fucking movie
at
dog.
all. Yeah,
And that shit was literally like 20 seconds, and it was literally
Yeah.
the beginning of the movie.
that nigga deserve a best supporting actor, bro, because that shit made that shit.
Yeah, how is a
That
homeless
was
nigga
the most
best
emotion I
actor?
got out of me. Was
The
some
rest of the
laughter.
movie is just a bunch of man. Fuck whoever wrote that movie. I think they should
It's
pay
the
us
same
back.
dude that wrote the Halloween joints that came out a couple.
Oh, see,
recently.
see, this is when you got to douse that nigga in gasoline and like that shit.
And no Halloween movies
Facts.
was ass. The only good one was the first one.
Nigga said you got a
2018.
dust and guess what?
Yeah, you got to douse some gasoline and just light it. I mean,
Was that 2018?
That's-
Damn, that was so long ago.
I'm praying that The Omen this year kind of like brought back that possession horror. But Exorcist it's been miss after miss after miss
Oh,
after
facts.
miss after miss after miss after miss. They haven't been good since like the 90s, and it's like, thought it's 30 years of you just missing. Like eventually you just gotta stop. Like
Hey,
Ah.
when is the last? When has the last one been good? The Emily Rose one.
well, I'm talking about just the Exorcist in general, the Exorcist movies. There's been
The best
good
one to me been
possession movies.
Constantine. My favorite one was Constantine.
But is that really a possession movie? That's more of like
Yeah,
a
that was an
superhero
Exorcist.
movie.
I mean, he was exorcising demons. The movie.
Yeah, I mean that movie was good. Emily Rose was really. Emily Rose was probably like actually one of the best ones to come out. But The Omen was really good. But I'm talking the Exorcist itself in general. Their movies have been bad, and they're the ones who birthed the genre. And it's like, damn, y'all suck. Like y'all suck really bad. And then you got like the Poltergeist, which is like they don't even make those movies anymore. But it's like I feel like I can't understand why, because it is damn we bring the shit back in his ass. What's the fucking point? So I don't know, dog. Like I just feel like they have a really, really good premise. Like that, it's a fucking Exorcist. It shouldn't be that hard, but it looks like it is hard. It's just maybe it just doesn't. Maybe it's the problem with us. Maybe we just don't like that shit. Doesn't scare us no more. Maybe the shit came out like 30 years ago. People would be like more hyped, but because we probably so exposed to it, like shit like that.
Taarek, I'm gonna add something to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Also, after we saw a movie like Talk to Me with not the biggest budget in the world and what they were able to do with practical effects on these people's faces, and you mean to tell me when it comes to Exorcist movies, all y'all can do is make the skin pale and make them say, "You should fuck your mother." Like, y'all just like be a little bit more creative. It doesn't always have to be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I know you had an abortion when you were 13." Like, nigga, that's
And
not
they're
creepy.
using
It's
like
not creepy.
Play-Doh makeup and shit. I'm like, dog, the makeup
Yeah,
was fucked up.
looking chalky.
Yeah.
And the blood looked dried up.
It's like with all the technology today, you can make a really scary looking possession. It's like I feel like yes, most of it should be practical, but it doesn't look good. It looks like they just said, "Hey, let's bring the nigga from art school and yeah, fuck him up."
On top of that, I saw a post. I actually shared it in Discord yesterday. I mean, I know Pirates of the Caribbean is the budget that movies are not sniffing ever, but y'all remember how that CGI looked, bro? Y'all remember how that CGI looked?
Yeah,
on that
but
Pirates of the Caribbean with
the first one
Yeah,
was good.
wasn't
Even the
bad.
first
Yeah,
one-
when they was fighting in the cave and they had see-through bodies.
Yeah. That shit was fine. It's just that I feel like they cared about that movie. Like the people who were like behind Dead Man's Chest and that World's End. I mean, if you look at the director's cut and you see how much detail they're talking about Davy Jones and shit, they're saying like there's no movie like to this day that comes close to what the fuck they were doing back then. Which
You
is
know-
fucking
But then they
stupid.
mix like practical with CGI. That's why it works so well.
Their CGI was so, but dog, they said that they literally hand animated, like drew. Well, hand animated like through like like electronically though. All his
Yeah.
tentacles and shit. Like
You know what?
all his
I
tentacles
think
had like a separate animation. It wasn't like on some.
It's not just that though. You got to look at that, like especially Disney. They be adding stuff way after the fact and putting these guys in like hella crunch and stuff. Like, nah, bruh. They don't know exactly what they want to do. Whereas like Pirates of the Caribbean, they knew exactly the designs they wanted, and they had everything like down to a T. And
I
I
feel like another.
getting to that program.
I feel like something that I mean I don't have anything to back this up, but I do feel like there might be a situation of the old guard just phasing out of Hollywood. I remember I saw I was on Reddit and I forget, this was months ago, but I was in the movie subreddit and a nigga was talking about how, and he could have been lying, but he made a post and he was asking like, how do y'all feel about the quality of movies and shit like that? And he would name his friend, but he was like, I got a friend that's worked on like some major blockbuster movies and very talented, easily makes millions a year just off of the shit he does in the editing and CGI shit like that. Anyway, he said that him and a lot of people in the industry that have those secrets of the trade, or maybe just like that, I don't know, I don't even want to say work ethic, but long story short, that skill level, he was saying a lot of them are just leaving, like they just retiring. And if you think about it, we're 25, 26, 30, shit like that. Like these niggas have been in the industries as adults when we was in elementary and middle school. So I wonder if it's a situation where just like the skill is just not there, bro.
But we see with other movies, probably not to the level of Dead Man's Chest. Though the one thing with I'm gonna swipe Dead Man's Chest and World's End was literally released a year apart from each other. So I'm like, dog, what kind of magic were they working with for them to release a movie that like that quick of a turnaround time and the characters still look good and the environments and stuff? I just think there's just not that effort. Like George Lucas too, like the Star Wars prequel movie CGI, even though it looks dated now, but fucking back in 1999 and like with Jar Jar Binks and like with Grievous in 2005, like those things hold up well. So I just think it's just they don't give these people enough time to cook in the kitchen to make this shit look good.
Facts.
A lot of this stuff you got to remember, Disney, especially the MCU movies, they kind of bake this movie before the actors and all the shooting starts. So they have like a template of what they want to do. But a lot of this shit is like the CGI. They don't have like they have time to do it, but it's like they don't give them the budget or they don't give them like the actual support to do this shit. Unless it's like Infinity War or Endgame where they know, okay, we got to make sure this is good. But even in Infinity War, there's some scenes where the bitch looks like a PS2 game. One of the it looks like a PS2 CGI scene. So you're like, damn, why is it so inconsistent? There's a lot of things. You get a good CGI character, but then you will look in the same movie and you're like, dog, what the fuck is going on over here? And I feel like a lot of these movies just lack consistency, where you see like great CGI at one screen at one scene, and the next scene, like, dog, what the fuck happened there?
It's like video games. It's like or anime. It's like anime. Like we see an episode here and there, and it's like, oh, that's where the budget for either half the season went. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
might
makes
be one of them
sense.
situations.
But
Hey man, Aslan from Narnia, very good looking lion. Look better than the Lion King lion, arguably.
I mean, that's
how-
2007.
Really good points.
That's 2005.
Let me see. I had a couple more topics when we get to the reviews. Let me see.
We have reviews. Who?
Let's
fuck
talk
we
about
saw?
this.
I'm gonna just the TV glow.
Did you guys
Oh.
see that they have announced they're making a Just Cause movie?
Ew. The
Trash.
games are ass, so I don't want to see the movie.
But hold on.
Make it make sense.
Don't quote me like that shit. Even more trash.
Bunga bunga.
Shout out to E-Rock.
Have any of y'all ever beat a Just Cause?
No.
I played like an hour
Why
or two.
would I put that in my
delete it.
console?
I respect my time.
I did try one. That shit ass.
It's like putting your dick in a door.
I
hinge.
played
I'm
some of
not
those games, but I
playing.
never actually beat one because they like you don't really play it for the story. It's just like just flying around, zooming around.
That's what I'm
blowing
saying.
shit
So why
up.
would they make a movie about it? Like,
Just Cause
Whoa,
is like
you're literally describing the ideal summer block movie. All he do is zip around and blow shit up.
yeah. Just
Nah.
Cause is like for like when you give like
It'll
a
pro-
3-year-old
think it'll be?
macaroni art and shit, and they start playing with that shit. That's what
I think
Just
it'll be
Cause.
like a mixture of Mission Impossible with Fall Guy, like we just got. Like it'll be an action movie, but it'll have like a comedic tone to it. I think that's what they're gonna do.
How bad is this movie gonna flop on a scale of 1 to 10?
3.
10. She's gonna fucking flop, dog. No one's gonna go watch it. Out of all the fucking game franchises you can pick in the fucking history of games, you pick fucking Just Cause.
Yeah.
I mean, we just saw a movie called Boy Kills World where the nigga didn't speak the entire movie.
Oh my god, I hope
Yeah,
they get
so-
fired just because of that fucking movie. Get the fuck out of here with that fucking. That's just what a waste of money, and like no one's gonna watch that shit. I'm not gonna watch this shit. I'm man. That game pisses me off, and that's where my hate comes from. That game was so bad, and it's like, dog, why do people like this shit? It's just mindless. I'd rather they make a Saints Row movie before they make a fucking Just Cause movie.
Mm.
Well, just so y'all know, this movie, there's not much details out right now, but it's being directed by the same director from Blue Beetle.
God.
And David Leitch, I think is how you pronounce his name. He's producing. He's the one who co-directed John Wick 1. He just directed Fall Guy. He also worked on Deadpool. So he's got some, and he used to be a stunt guy. So I think that'll all tie into this type of movie. But we'll see. I ain't gonna lie. Taarec's probably right. This shit probably gonna flop. But
I still didn't even see the Uncharted movie. Did y'all?
Fire.
It was cool. It was decent.
It was fire.
It was fire. Actually,
it was better than the Last of Us TV show. I'll tell you that much.
No. What? No. What?
Yeah. Yeah. It was. It was.
The worst part, Alex.
Nah.
You might agree.
It's
the worst
Sully's
part
casting.
was, Mark Wahlberg. He was kind of trash.
Yeah, that nigga was fucking.
It was funny. He didn't get. Do you see the potential at the end of the movie though?
I don't like the way Mark Wahlberg built.
When he got the mustache.
He built like an octopus trying to keep himself together. That's what it looked.
He racist.
I don't like the way he built.
Or he like Zoidberg. That's what he built like.
Yeah, he got like just a long upper body and parabolas his legs. I don't fuck with him.
He like a crustacean, like a big ass walking crustacean.
Yeah.
Like Larry Lobster.
Yeah, he like he just willing to say me $1,000,000. He gonna say that at any point.
You ever see him walk straight in the movie? He's always like backing into shit or like walking like a crab, dog. You know, crabs can't walk forward. They gotta walk.
You think he walks sideways?
Y'all niggas hate Mark Wahlberg. Y'all niggas hate Mark Wahlberg.
No, he's just I'm gonna tell you where he got his chops off of. Mark Wahlberg got his chops in Hollywood because he was a white dude that had the demeanor of a brother and could, had that rough and tug look, but he didn't have a lot of muscles. But he was a stocky guy, the hard-nosed vet. I'll fight, I'll do this. But that nigga never really been a great actor. He's just always been a nigga with a frown, and we gonna put him next to black people. He's always been you all right with us, white boy. That's Mark Wahlberg.
Like in The Departed, he was good, but it was like he was in such a limited role and he was barely on screen. That I think that kind of helped him get a lot more roles in the future. But if you think about it, he was in the Transformers movies, and them shits was. I don't even want to mention that shit. That shit was ass.
Shout out Four Brothers. Y'all remember that movie?
Yeah,
he was racist.
Yeah, that was him. Like we can't have a nigga as a lead, so let's get Mark Wahlberg.
He said, how do you so? Who am I channeling? What am I going for? I said, just show up as yourself, man. Racist ass.
Are you in Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Wahlberg is like if Blaze was unlikable.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg is Bizarro World Blaze. You're right.
Yeah. Sorry, Blaze.
I see it. Solid. I mean, racist. What they call it? Make Cass great again.
Excuse me.
Make Cass great again, baby.
Okay, next topic.
Yeah, Wonton
Wonton, you good?
He go I think he gonna make a turkey burger, y'all.
I'm definitely about to get some nuggets in a little bit.
Hey, Wonton, did you?
Are y'all? Do y'all go to the concessions mid movie?
Hell no.
No, I hate even.
Well, don't do it during the podcast, nigga.
I hate even having to pee during them, and I don't want to miss nothing.
Oh my god, dog! During the Flower Moon, I had to go pee so bad, but I held that shit.
Oh, damn, that's a long ass movie too.
Yeah.
What's on going? Let me just go ahead and get my review before I saw the TV Globe.
Go ahead.
Amazing soundtrack. Amazing soundtrack. Let me talk about the pros for this movie. I like the way this movie was shot. It wasn't the vintage type feeling where let's just throw grain on it and we'll simulate like this was made back in the 90s or 80s, like The Breakfast Club and shit like that, or Back to the Future. The way they shot this movie and the color choices that they had felt very vintage and vaporware. That's the exact word I'm looking for. It was very vaporware. A lot of highlights, a lot of purples, blues. I loved the look of this movie. the main actor, I forgot his name. It's the black dude. Y'all know the nigga name? He was in that dance and Netflix movie when it was talking about like the start of hip hop. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, to Get Down.
The Get Down. Yeah, it was the nigga with the Get Down.
For sure.
Unfortunately, yeah, I fuck with that show. Marceline, or what was that girl named Marlene? Like trying to fall in love with a girl. This movie did not do him any favors. Like, and I fuck with him. But whatever they told him with the actor direction or whatever like that, they made me. I haven't been annoyed at a main character in a very long time. Have y'all ever seen a movie where a protagonist is asked a question and they wait for 25 to 30 seconds to respond? It's like, nigga, say something. Like you like what do you have to mull over? Like all the dialogue was drawn out for like an extra 3 to 4 minutes because this nigga would just sit there and stare at them, and then he would say some shit like, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Like, nigga, oh my, that, I was literally in that movie. I literally was about to scream at the movie. Say something, nigga. Like, what are we doing? Essentially, and this is not going to be spoiler free because if you go watch this movie, you're not going to understand it. I felt like I've seen enough movies to where when I was watching it, I felt like I saw what they were doing, but I definitely had to go read.
What you talking about?
I'm just giving my review on the TV glows.
So,
I definitely had to go and just make sure I understood what the director was doing. So from what I understand, and I could be wrong, but the director is trans. And once I found that out, the whole movie made sense. This movie isn't, and I know y'all gonna hate when I say this word. This movie is an allegory. I'm not making this shit up. It's an allegory for gender identity, self-expression, and essentially realizing that you're living in someone else's body. Basically, this is his artistic representation of what's it like to be trans and then fully commit to the idea that this is not who I am. I need to break out of this fake shell that I've been living in my whole life. Once I realized that, a lot of the dialogue in the movie made sense. A lot of the scenes in the movie made sense. And I don't want to spoil too much because, I mean, it needs to be sprinkled in there for y'all to go see it. But the one thing that I didn't like about this movie, and I can't fault it for it because that's not what the movie was about, but there was an underlying story in this movie. And I don't want to spoil it, but fuck it, I'm spoil it. They're watching a TV show, right? These niggas love this TV show. And it's almost like obsessive to where their personality and identities become like they're the ones in the TV show, right? They flipped it. And there was a point in the movie where you truly believed they were the characters from the TV show. They got wrapped into this world, and the nigga in the TV show threw them out and had them try to live lives that weren't themselves. There was one character that was saying, like, I actually went to the land in the TV show, and I've been fighting for years to get back here to see you, and you need to bury yourself. You need to kill your, like, I thought they was like, I was like, oh shit. If this movie is doing what I think it's doing as far as like going all the way into making this like a twist at the end of the movie, I'm fucking with it. It did not do that. It left you feeling like, was it real or not? And I know some people appreciate the Soprano ending where you don't know if he got killed or not. No, I wanted this movie to, it lobs so much shit up. It's like they was throwing alley-oops and nobody was catching it. And that was the only thing that bothered me about this movie. I was like, yo, if they would have really you could still get the trans identity off. You could still get, like, there were scenes where the main character was randomly wearing a dress. And when you're watching it, you're thinking, oh, because he thinks he's this character in a TV show, but it's like, no. It's a bigger study on him always realizing this is who I want to portray so it's a lot. It's not dense, but if you're just watching it, waiting for something to happen, and you fall into that trap of thinking that it's going to be a deeper, I don't even want to say, it's not even a sci-fi, like a deeper thriller than it is, you're going to walk out feeling like, what the fuck did I watch? So I'm just telling y'all that to go in knowing that this is a story about trans identity. That way this will make sense to you. Because if y'all go see it, y'all gonna leave disappointed like I did. The soundtrack for this movie is amazing. There are 2 places in this movie, and I think Wonton or Taarec, I think one of y'all two, I think y'all agree with me when like a scene goes on longer than it needs to, and then it becomes uncomfortable. A24 does this a lot with Midsommar, Hereditary. Remember the scenes where the woman is crying and she's crying for like an extended long period of time, and it's like, okay, I feel like we shouldn't be seeing this anymore. So they did that in this movie, but with musical selections. There was an entire miniature concert in this movie like twice. Like they played, you would think that it was like 20, 30 seconds of a song, but no, there was an entire song sang in this movie. And then 30 minutes later, in between dialogue, another song was made. The only reason I wasn't bothered by this is because the music is fucking fire. So I was like, y'all saved yourself. Because at first I would have came here and complained. Like, nigga, don't give me a music video in the middle of the movie. We're like at the climax of me feeling like y'all are gonna flip this movie on its head and do like a double, triple layer of story on this shit, but they didn't do that. So I will say,
real quick, does it have like musical elements, or is it just like songs playing in the background?
No, these songs are like the two songs that I'm talking about. They're literally in a pub and the people are performing behind them. But the music in this movie. This has been the first time in a long time that I've added a movie soundtrack to my playlist. That, like, I listen to some of them songs in the car. Like, there's a scene where he's walking in the hall. He's not doing nothing crazy. He's just walking in the hallway going to pick something up. And the song that is on at that point, I literally looked at my girl. I said, nah, they bugging. This shit is fire. I almost took my phone out just to do like a Shazam, nigga. I was like, what? This shit is hard. But yeah. The character, if you don't understand that this is a trans identity movie, I didn't read anything about it. Maybe I should have went in prepared. You're gonna not like the character. You're gonna think he's autistic. You're gonna think that you're gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with him? And then you're gonna understand, oh, it's because he's, the movie does blend some type of like surrealism into it, and that's what fucking tricked us. Remember who was watching the trailer with me where we was like, oh shit, this might be kind of creepy. Who was that was watching the trailer with me?
I saw the trailer. The trailer looked fire.
Fam, the trailer made me feel like this shit finna be wicked. It was not. There were scenes in this movie that made me feel like, okay, they're definitely inspired by horror movies, and they do have the capacity to make this darker than it is. Like, there were some scenes in this movie, and I always bring this up. The Parasite movie. Remember when he was in the refrigerator, he looked to the left and saw that head looking over the staircase? Yeah. The little kid? That scene to this day is one of the creepiest scenes I have seen in a movie since I've seen that scene. That scene had run chills down my spine. This movie, I wasn't scared, but it was one of them shits where I was like, oh my God. Like, it really creeped me the fuck out. This movie has a scene like that. It's very short. But the reason why it's creepy is because, and like I said, I'm spoiling it, but I'm not spoiling it. You think they're doing something, but they're not. So it's like there was this one scene where he walks into the house and he looks at somebody. I literally, in my mind, I said, oh shit. Like I started piecing together the pieces. Oh, he's him. And this is that person. This is that person. Oh shit, this nigga evil as fuck. But they didn't do it. So I was like, okay. But anyway, this is a really good movie. I fuck with it. I'm definitely gonna watch it again when it comes out on streaming. Two people in the community, I actually want to shout him out. I think his name is like, I can pull it up in the Discord right now. Shout out to my boy Salamander97. He actually hit me up saying, yo, I'm about to go see this movie. And he came back and said that he loved it. And another guy mentioned that he saw it twice in one weekend in the Discord. You know what I mean? So,
No, go ahead.
But yeah, another guy on the Discord, in the Weapon Wheel Discord, I think he said, yo, tell me what you think about that movie. I think I'm gonna go see it twice this weekend. So it's a good movie. Don't go in expecting like some, amazing thing. If you just want to see something that's different, please go see that movie. I enjoyed it. I think it was cool. I would give it a 7 out of 10 only because I felt disappointed. And I can't blame it because I wanted them to do something that they just weren't going to do. You know what I mean? But if they would have did what I thought they was going to do, that shit would have been an easy 8.5. Easy 8.5 out of 10. But yeah, that's my movie review.
I'm gonna probably check it out. I feel like it's already on streaming, but I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see what's up with that.
Skip for me.
But real quick, I actually only had one more topic before we jump into the rest of the reviews. This one is kind of a hot topic on the internet right now. So just to give you some background, a lot of people are very worried for the movies right now. The reason being,
Movies in general?
well, just the theaters. The reason being, Fall Guys came out a couple weeks ago. Budget was 150 million. It's only made 147 million so far. It hasn't even broke even. That's not even counting the marketing and all that. You know how that goes. If that movie with Ryan Reynolds and Steve Carell and all that shit, budget was 110 million, and it's made exactly 110 million so far. Furiosa, the budget was 168 million, and it only made 31 million in the opening weekend. And it was one of the worst Memorial Day openings. I'm sorry, one of the worst Memorial Day weekend openings in 30 years.
Says The Hope. Yep.
So basically, people are worried about the theaters. They're worried about, the summer blockbuster. So far, Dune 2 is still the highest grossing film of the year, and it came out in March. And
how much did that make?
I'll have to check. But Denis Villeneuve even came out and said he's a little worried about that because he feels like he basically said that he hopes the summer blockbusters will bounce back. But what are you guys' thoughts on that? Do you guys feel like this is something to be worried about, or that it's just a slow year for movies and that it will bounce back next year?
Let me go second. I just got done talking a lot. Let me go second.
Part of the reason why they releasing these movies too fast on streaming. Like it's like a month or some shit. Not even a month. It's like 2 weeks after a month. Look how they did Monkey Man. That shit was on stream like 2 weeks after release. Same with Ninja Turtles. So it's like, why would I go? I'm not speaking on me, but like a lot of other people. Why would I rush to see this in the theaters? But I could just wait 2 weeks to a month and I can watch this in the comfort of my home. Like,
and on top of that, I'm already paying X amount for subscription, so yeah, I'm gonna get my money.
Exactly. Right. So this goes back to why Disney trying to blame Pixar for their movies failing. Like you releasing that shit straight on Disney Plus. Or go ahead.
I'm gonna ask you something. Can you blame them putting it on streaming when physical media isn't big anyway? Like no one's rushing to buy a DVD. It's either gonna go on streaming or it's just gonna be like.
Well, it's the same thing with.
I wouldn't say that. I would say they should, like back in the day. I mean, you wait to put it on streaming like a year to 6 months after release.
Oh, okay. So you're not mad at streaming. You're just saying it's too.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just too quick. It's such a quick turnaround. Like, why would I go to the movies to see this when it's gonna be, on
it's
streaming
with the Game Pass, pretty much.
I was gonna say, to Redpeg's point, I was gonna say, nigga, it's niggas are back outside. It's not 2020 no more. I know that I know for at least for me, 2020 feels like it was last year. But I mean, we're like 3 years removed, my nigga. Niggas are back outside. People are putting shit on, and on top of that, let's be honest. The movies that released over the Memorial Day weekend wasn't anything that was must see. Yeah, like other than Furiosa, but even that is like
because last summer the movies went crazy, and a lot of those failed. Like Indiana Jones, that shit failed. Like even
it was
Mission
a legacy
Impossible
movie. Like
Mission Impossible, that lost money. So and that's a great movie.
Well,
so it's like. It's I don't know. It's like niggas just waiting for shit to come to stream and people not. They're just it's hard to it's dying. Like it's like a niche community for real. Low key, more and more every day it's becoming more niche.
You talking about movie going community?
Yeah.
I don't think it's niche. I just think people.
It's like it's only certain movies that are pull niggas to come to the movies, like Marvel movies. The big movie that shocked everybody, like
big IP.
Everywhere. What's that? Everywhere, all that. What's the name of that movie?
I think
Everywhere, all at once. Shit like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you have to like the. I think you have to like the idea of.
Yeah, kind of like with Elden Ring. Everybody started playing. It's the same shit with movies, or some scene go viral. Shit like that.
I just think a lot of those movies that come out.
Depends on the cast as well.
Like it's like you spend all this money. And then you put it on streaming a month later, and then you kind of give it. The thing with versus movies with games, people aren't gonna go on. Like people will. Oh, you know what? I ain't gonna go to the movies. I'm just gonna wait to come to streaming because it's coming to streaming in 6 weeks. Like with gaming and stuff, you're not gonna want to wait to play that game. You're gonna be like, nigga, I need this shit now. Like I think we're like that as gamers and like as moviegoers, but I feel like there's way more people that are willing to just wait for streaming versus if Grand Theft Auto comes out, niggas across every type of demographic is gonna buy that shit day one. We're like, no one's gonna wait for that shit to come to like Game Pass or like a stream or like PSN Plus. With movies though, people will wait. I feel like people are way more willing to wait for that shit to come to streaming than like
not only that, like even with Dune 2, I feel like Dune 2 would have made way more in the box office if it didn't hit streaming. So, bro, Dune 2 hit streaming what 10 weeks? So what? About 2 months after release? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That movie could have made $1 billion easily.
I was expecting them to do like what they did with Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was in theaters for a long time.
Not only that, their AMC and them, they're increasing ticket prices. Concessions are high as hell. It's a lot of reasons why niggas could be like, hey, I might as well wait. You know, it ain't gonna be that long anyway, so might as well wait till it come to streaming.
I mean,
it's a lot of different factors as to why niggas not going to the movies as much anymore, especially in this economy.
I feel like also that thing because I feel like when I was growing up, the movies was always like a thing where like that shit was special to go to. Like my mom, oh, we're going to the movies today. Like I was like, damn, that shit was like a big deal for me as a kid. Like, oh, we're going to the movies, and it was like that was like a special time. I feel like kids growing up I don't feel like their parents really like, oh, we're going to the movies today, kids, like on Friday or Saturday. I feel like when I was growing up, having a party at the movie theater as like even a teenager, I wasn't having it, but I was always seeing like younger kids having it. I'm like, damn, that's a big thing. And nowadays, I'm like, damn, they don't do like those movie theater parties no more.
Yeah.
Like all that's just kind of just gone. So I just feel like the luster that used to exist with the movies, like at least with the general public, kind of just went away. Like parents don't really bring their kids like a Garfield. I feel like if Garfield came out when I was younger, you would have seen like a whole fucking like a Friday night. You would have seen like hella kids with their parents.
But you know, it's funny, Taarek, that Garfield movie is actually killing it in the box office. I think it's already made his money back. So it's doing better than Furiosa. I went to go see my cousins and shit. And
shit.
It's ass, but
yeah. I mean,
but see, that's the Kung Fu Panda effect because it's the only kid movie out right now besides If.
Yeah. I mean,
so I do think Inside Out 2 might be Pixar's first big win in a minute. We gonna see though.
I hope so. I just think I don't think movies is dying per se. Movie theaters are dying. Movie theaters will be dying if like a Marvel movie comes out and that shit doesn't chart like #1, or that shit charts #1 because every other movie was just trash. But I don't think so because I think when those movies come out, they still sell out. Like it's like Deadpool. Look what happened with Deadpool. Dog, my whole fucking theater is sold out the entire weekend. I can't even, if you wanted to buy a ticket right now, you couldn't.
That's like that one big movie of the year that everybody was waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Like that Doom 2. Yeah, it's like it's not that many movies that do that no more.
Jack Mo Johnny in the chat, he says the MCU definitely aided in killing cinema.
How? They're the only thing.
How they keeping cinema alive? If we being real,
the funny part, Jack, is an MCU movie is responsible for bringing people back to the theaters.
Right, Spider-Man, nigga.
In 2021, Spider-Man.
What the hell? What did he talk about?
That's the one movie.
The MCU was keeping theaters packed.
Yeah, that's the one franchise that will keep your ass in the theater though.
Nigga, at one point, every Marvel movie that was being released up to Endgame was making $1 billion easy.
Dog, like, do y'all remember like Thor made close to $1 billion?
Yeah.
Captain Marvel made $1 billion. Like Black Panther made.
Jack clarified. He says, but now people won't go to the theaters unless it's an MCU type movie.
That's not the MCU's fault. But that's not the MCU's fault though. The MCU just was so popular that it was making $1 billion. The problem is that the other movie theaters, or other movie producers or production companies, they haven't been making shit that requires people to go. Like
not only that, it's just the MCU at the time. Those were good movies. The MCU now, look, they starting to struggle. These movies they're not as good. Niggas not excited to see them. So it's like it's also about the quality of movies that's coming out.
I mean, you got to make a good movie. I mean, John Wick made a good amount of money last year. That was a good movie. Oppenheimer made a lot of money last year. That was a good movie. Barbie made a ton of money. So I feel like there's definitely movies that come out. I think the thing is everyone's expecting these movies all to bang and make $800 million. I'm like, well, no, the only movies that historically have made that much money are movies based on IPs. It's Harry Potter, it's Lord of the Rings, it's MCU, it's Disney movies. Your rom-com with fucking Jake Gyllenhaal and fucking Kirsten Dunst is not going to make more than $200 million. I'm sorry, that's never been the case.
Star Wars.
There was a time where like, rom-coms was killing it though.
Yeah,
like,
but it was never
DVD sales
on a small budget. The budget was like fucking $10 million, and
that's another big issue of what's currently happening too. Is a lot of these movies when you look at the budgets. The numbers are crazy. The numbers are insane. And a lot of studios are scared to make smaller scale movies because they're scared that they won't be successful.
But that's the crazy part. A24 has been doing that shit for the past 3 years.
And that's why they've been able to sustain themselves because they're putting in what?
And they just started stepping into that.
Was their biggest one.
That big blockbuster.
Yeah,
Civil War is their first one.
Funny enough, Kirsten Dunst was in that movie. It's crazy.
Offset the smaller movies. They'll still make the smaller movies, but they got to get some big heavy hitters in there too.
So wait, is that Rock? Is that Rock movie that big? Is it a blockbuster or
I don't think so. They've kind of described it as a smaller movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just feel like your movie's not gonna bang at the box office for like it's always to budget too. Like those superhero movies and IP movies always got a crazy budget, so that's why they kind of had to make $800 million plus, or I think it's 2.5 times the return on investment for a movie to be deemed successful. So your smaller little movies with all these other actors or the old guard, I mean, yeah, they're just expensive because you know what's driving that price up? Paying the fucking actors. So a lot of these actors demanding a lot of fucking money, and that's a lot of the budget. I'm like, well, you spent $20 million trying to get fucking this dude,
Robert Downey Jr. or some shit.
Yeah, and it's like, well, your movie was you spent so much money trying to get an actor for a movie that wasn't gonna gross that much money because it's not the type of movie people go to watch in theaters, and it's never been that way. So I just feel like it's you need to find new actors that you it sounds fucked up, but you need to find new actors that ain't gonna cost you $20 million for the movie. You got to find someone brand new, and then see if they take off. And then but they want to recycle the same actor over and over and over again because look, it's Tom Cruise. And I'm just using Tom Cruise as an example. I'm not saying they're reusing him, but it's like they want to reuse the same actor.
Tom Holland.
Tom
Holland. Timothy. He becoming one.
Yeah, you gotta continuously find new actors that you can cheap out on. It's like NBA players. You gotta find that value contract. Where that nigga, before you pay that nigga the max money, you got a nigga who's on a rookie deal because you know that you got that nigga for 4 years, and then once you got the best out of him, you're like, all right, go get paid somewhere else. We ain't gonna use you no more. We'll get another nigga on a rookie deal that's just as good as you, and you keep doing that shit. So I feel like that's why budgets kind of got under control. Also, you got to set expectations. These companies are like, no, what are you expecting Fall Guys to do? What was that movie? Realistically, anyone think that movie's gonna make $500 million? Fuck no. So they need to keep the expectations in line. A lot of these people need a reality check and shit like that.
Oh, I got a question for y'all. Are we? Oh, I'll wait till we're done with this topic.
We pretty much done. I was going to do a review, but go ahead, Alex.
Actually, one time I think this is your question. Did you already ask what actors still bring us out to the movies? Was that one of your questions?
No, he ain't get to that yet.
Oh,
I didn't get to it yet.
I got one more. I got one more news topic, man. Oh, you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, my bad. That was Chop. What was I about to say? Fucking, did y'all hear about the Sony CEOs saying they're gonna be using more AI to produce films more efficiently?
No, I ain't
not
heard
mad at
about
it. Not mad at it.
But you're not mad at it.
Have you seen the potential of Sora? Did you see that video that they released?
No.
Sora is a new AI.
Oh, he make a video.
Well, yeah, where you put a prompt in and it makes an entire video, and of course they're only gonna show you the best of the best. But they put a sequence where it was showing. They typed something like, I don't know, first person view of a girl watching her reflection in the mirror of a subway, and that shit looked fucking you couldn't tell. Like people in the comments was like, y'all wait. There's like this is AI. Like ain't no source video. Like they just typed it and it generated this. It's like yeah. To me, on the creation level, I follow a lot of Facebook groups where niggas do AI videos, and they make entire short films out of that shit. To me, I think the creativity is gonna be off the charts. We could make our own movie. The movie guys, we could literally make our own short film. Like that's crazy to me. That's fire.
Nah, but it would be filled with a bunch of fucked up shit.
Like
in the
what?
behind the scenes. It's like, bro, it's not perfect. It's like it's still.
Well, of course, we
it's
ain't
not
got
ready.
millions.
It's like,
we ain't got millions of dollars to do it, and he probably
Nah.
talking about AI in the form of storytelling. Like how did he describe it?
But the point was, yeah, and like for writing and all that. So that's like it's really cutting out a lot of jobs and shit for artists and all this other
That's the main
shit.
concern, Alex. Is
But-
like it's one thing to say, "Oh, I'm an independent filmmaker. I want to use AI." That's cool, right? These are big Hollywood studios trying to essentially overhaul an entire industry that
Right.
may have a lot of big impacts as far as jobs go. Like you got to realize, like for example, picture somebody like, let's say you live in Los Angeles. The amount of people that live in Los Angeles that work in the film industry it's a huge amount
crazy.
of people. So if those people no longer can work because their jobs got replaced by AI, it's kind of like, I don't know. And some people,
I agree with y'all. No, I agree with y'all.
I've seen the argument on.
But why do you support the AI art shit so much when studios
Because-
are
Hold on, let me
trying to
finish,
use it to?
Let me finish. I've seen the argument online where people are like, "Well, it's just like the evolution of any other industry. Like we went from horse and buggy to cars," and I don't feel like that's the same. I don't feel like that's the same situation.
Yeah,
but I
see.
AI
I don't mind.
cool.
I don't mind AI. It's a slippery slope. I like. It's like I don't mind it being used as a tool, like to help the artists get something done more
that's how
efficiently.
I
But
feel. Yeah, that's how I feel.
yeah, for them to completely to destroy or take a job, that's crazy to me.
Yeah,
I agree.
it's like with the automated, like the cash registers and shit, and you have the self checkout, and people are always like, "Oh my god, they're gonna get rid of the workers." But to be honest, you just got the workers watching the self checkout instead. So I don't think it's gonna really take jobs away unless the producers just start saying, "You know what? You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired." AI doing it, but they're like there, and we see like. And that's why that writing deal. Remember that strike that was happening, and that's why they kind of was like, "Oh, with the AI, they kind of have to get like that controlled." So as long as there's safeguards to protect people's jobs, which I mean, capitalism is probably going to override that. But
Yeah.
I mean, best case scenario is this is just used as a pen for somebody, like a tool, like just like something they can use to save time and or like brainstorming, but not to
Right.
like replace a whole position. Like it shouldn't be like no. I don't want to see movies or credits for like cinematographer, fucking Chat GPT or something like that. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
But I do want to see like them use it to help. Like even when game, like, I'm gonna bring games up again. Like I feel like even with games, like people are like, well, it's gonna fuck with the artist. I don't think so. I think there's a way of using technology where you
Yeah.
can use it to help rather than replace. And then
Like,
great.
Yeah.
It's
But
like people do with computers. It's like when we had typewriters back in the day, and people were like, "Well, the new computers and shit, like it doesn't feel the same." And then now we're all using fucking computers, and we're typing on computers. No one uses the fucking typewriter no more. People thought, or like it's like people always think the new technology is going to replace the human element, and maybe this is a chance it does. Maybe we're at a point where like this is the tool that will do it. But I feel like if it just gets integrated into like what we do versus it taking over, I think it'll work.
Yeah.
the one of the producers of Spider-Verse, the last one, Chris Miller, he said they will never use generative AI in the Spider-Man movies. He said one of the main goals of the movies is to create new visual styles that has never been seen before in a CG film. So he said not to steal generic, plagiarized, average work of other artists. So
I agree with y'all. I'm not mad at
So
people
it's
trying
like,
to make sure that they
well,
have
why
a
you?
job.
Well, I'm about to say, well, why you
See,
so
this is the
for it?
thing.
Then?
I fuck with
that's
it, and
why
I'm for the creation tool being accessible to all. Y'all don't realize how many. I'm not gonna say y'all don't realize. we all know that the world is full of creatives that have the ideas but don't have the tools. So
Facts.
yes, I am for the people that don't have the money for a cinematographer, or they don't have the camera equipment, or the nigga that insert artists. Like, it's the same way where if I'm putting together a program, I don't know a graphic designer, I need something quick, I'll go use Canva. That's AI. Like, there's a bunch of shit that we use that helps individual people. Now, I agree with y'all. If an entire production house is wiping everyone out just to use AI, for one, I don't think that's good, because you have no human to sit here and curtail it to make sure that it's actually original, cool, and makes sense. And two, let's just keep it a buck. It ain't like we've been getting the most original stories anyway. Like, it ain't like we've been going to movies and every time we see something, we don't see the same tried and true 3 plot points and the same fucking delivery. So yeah, I'm kind of for it. If you're gonna have a team of 10 writers for a movie, cool. Use AI and say, let this help niggas think of ways to flesh out characters that they can't sit here and mentally think through right now. If everyone's on I feel like it'll be used as something for a crunch, at least in movies. When it comes to video games, I feel like they're gonna use it for like real-time responses. Like, you know, when you play games and you say, there's videos of it on YouTube where a nigga walking around in the Matrix demo, and he's like, "Do you know that you're an AI?" And then the AI answers as like a ChatGPT shit. But like I said, I agree with y'all. I think it should be a tool. I don't think it should wipe out jobs, but I'm not mad. Like, this is the progression of film, bro. It's the same thing that when people started using blue screen. You know how crazy niggas felt when they found out that Mamma Mia was an 80% green screen? Like, there's always been an argument of, what about the set designers? What about this? What about that? There's compilations everywhere of people creating the shot of, like, I could find a video I found recently, but a train, they do like a miniature tiny train, but then they're blowing bellows of smoke behind the camera to simulate, oh, this is a big ass train going through, when it's just a toy. So there's tricks and all that, whatever, but we've advanced, my nigga. That's part of it. We advance. Use it to the best of your ability.
But I've said this before, like, even in gaming, because they're bringing AI into gaming. I'm not against AI.
I don't mind it.
Like Alex,
Yeah.
I see it as a tool. The only issue I have is I don't want a program writing my game story. I want an actual human being with actual experiences, life experiences, to write that story. If you want to use AI to maybe help fill out the game world and maybe work on some animations, that's cool. But having like an AI program like completely make an entire thing, I'm against that. That's just how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, that nigga Alex said he gonna be there on day one for the first fully
level.
AI movie.
I am because
see,
to me, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I was speaking too on a professional level. If you're somebody that's doing this shit like an indie game developer or an indie filmmaker, I'm not mad at you using AI, because again, like Alex said, you don't have access to all that other shit. I'm talking about like these big studios, these big game studios, these big movie studios. That don't make no sense to me.
Can I hear how y'all feel as a consumer, nigga? Can I hear how y'all feel? Y'all not a writer. Y'all don't ever worry about, are people being treated well on set? We still watch cartoons and Nickelodeon shows and shit like that. As consumers, that doesn't excite y'all? That when you have a thing on Netflix called Bandersnatch, where you're doing a click and point adventure for a TV show, that AI could literally make all of our experiences different? That doesn't excite you as a consumer?
Not really.
No, because me personally.
So there's nothing in your life that you do where you don't give a fuck about how it got to your plate. You just ready to eat and consume.
No,
you don't. There's nothing that you do.
I ain't saying that.
It's not even like me saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry for the workers." It's not even just that. I'm speaking really on a quality aspect.
Right.
From a quality
you can still see deficiency in AI art, like with the fingers and shit. It's like
not even.
I don't think AI, and maybe in 10, 15, 20 more years, maybe. But right now, I don't think AI can replicate some of the best stories that we've gotten from actual humans. An AI can some of your favorite movies in the last 10 years. I don't think an AI can replicate that. I'm sorry.
Wonton,
this
is where y'all
Alex.
You're limiting it.
AI don't make this shit new. They pull a bunch of resources from existing things and then regurgitate something out of that.
I know that. They have to have an AI or whatever the fuck. It has to have a bank to pull from. I get that. If it has no data to extrapolate, there is no data to give. But y'all are limiting it only to writing. I'm talking about camera effects. I'm talking about scenes. I'm talking about instead of the green screen being some when we watch Doctor Strange, right? And he was going through the different universes. Do y'all not remember how bad that shit looked when he was walking down the street and it literally looks like he was walking in front of a 2D screen? Y'all don't remember how bad that looked? And the sidewalk looked a little bit real. Y'all don't remember how bad that looked?
Yeah,
Like
But
I'm
you're
seeing
assuming that AI can do that better.
I'm looking at generative AI. Yes, I've seen generative AI work in real time. I've seen them cut shit out of a scene in real time using AI. I use Photoshop. You know, when you have a fat ass pimple on your forehead, I put a circle on it and it says, let me look at the area around it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna match that. Do you know that 2 years ago, I used to have to manually remove a pimple and color grade the skin back to what it needed to be? With it now in 2 years, I can remove necklaces, phone, clothing tags. I can put a nail back on your finger. There's so much shit you can do, and it's generatively. I can't even say that word right now. It's filling it out based off the data around it. That's what I'm seeing the AI as. Something to help with the visual. Y'all are stuck on the writing aspect. Like I think I'm the only one that's seeing it for the potentials of like how this could enhance what we're looking at.
Yeah, I think what Alex is talking about is if, all right, we don't want AI making the plot points or like the human aspect of our art. Like, we just want it to like help aid. Like, all right, say for example, you make an open world game. Do you really want like a person drawing out the entire environment of the open world game, or can the AI help you? All right, you have a certain idea. You tell the AI to do it, and it's gonna be faster at doing it than you can. But it's still generated from your idea. It's just being.
Let me jump off
from
of that.
Someone else just procedurally generating it. Yeah.
This is my thing.
Huh?
I'm not against that. If you're an actual artist and you're using AI to flesh out an idea you have, that's using AI as a tool. You're still the creative. You still have this idea in your head. The only way I'll be against it is if some fucking studio executive who's never he has no experience in art, he has no experience in cinematography, no experience, and he just types in a prompt and it gives out a thing. Because there's no creativity behind that. If you have an actual creative behind it using the tool, I'm fine with that.
Do we care about the movie from the nigga making a movie like that though?
What do you mean?
Do we care about the movie being made by the nigga who has no experience and I use it all AI? Like,
no.
Y'all, what conversation are y'all trying to have? Y'all trying to make sure that there's writers in the studio, and if they are using AI, hey, let them use it as a tool that's in house, or do you want a nigga to say this is all AI and I don't give a fuck about nobody and I bankroll all of it? Like, what do you want? Do we care what he has to say about it if we know that it's creatively bankrupt?
The problem is they have to be upfront about it for one, and that's what the strikes were about.
So, but why are you talking? So you're still talking about writers. So you're still talking about writers.
No, it broke because the AI thing it's even.
Why? Well, when would they ever fucking tell us it's AI, Wonton? If a movie looks real, that's the point.
Alex, that was the whole point of the strikes. If people say they came out and
you're talking about writers.
No,
you're talking about writers.
You're not listening. It's all industries, VFX, acting,
acting.
Alex, there was a whole thing about studios saying
them using actors like this.
They're going to replace the need of having background actors and fully do it with AI.
They've been doing this since the fucking Matrix, bro. Come on, y'all make me raise my voice. Let me be quiet.
Even big name actors, they found out they signing deals where the studios has their likeness and they can use it however they want. They can put them in a fucking sequel for a movie that they never shot. Like, that's what we're talking about.
They're background actors. They're signing the contracts, and the contracts is they can use if you notice sometimes it's the same faces, real people faces in the backgrounds, used multiple times with slight variations, and it's like it's fucked up. That's jobs that people get. That could be some people's foot though.
Y'all,
Roy, the point of the strikes was that they have to disclose it. They signed that deal when there's the writers for the strike said, we're okay with you using AI, but A, you need to still hire a certain amount of writers. It can't just be one writer. And B, if AI is used, it needs to be explicitly said that AI was used in creating this product.
Yeah, I feel like that's important because I'll say you have to protect the workforce and shit, because it's the same thing with AI with like Amazon or these other jobs that usually require like human input, where like you know, you don't want companies just using it because they're trying to save a buck here and there and stuff like that. So I get why some people are kind of like fighting against it, because you know how capitalism works in America, or how the companies will, like producers and shit, like whatever. These conglomerates, they'll replace people if they can, and if the general public doesn't really care too much, I mean, they will just do it, and they'll take advantage of the situation and do it. So I think if you're more caring about the people working in the industry, I see why they're threatened by it. Because if I'm looking at it, yes, in theory, you would think, oh, we're going to use it as a tool. But then you might, the CEOs and these producers like, nah, we're not using it as a tool. We're going to use it to replace these niggas. Like, y'all niggas
That's
gone.
what I'm saying.
Like,
And that's just a fear. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm just saying that's the fear that I would have. I'm not against AI. I just don't want to go, if they start using AI, the next 20 years, it's going to be all AI films. There's going to be no fucking creative, like, it'll be like the occasional A24, but all the other big budget films are going to be AI generated. That's going to be bullshit.
I don't think that's the goal either. I just feel like I don't want them using this.
But think about it this way, Taarek. It would save them so much money. You would have to hire way less people. AI is way less expensive than the crew and the actors and all. Like, bro, it's a lot of incentive for them to do that.
Hey, Wonton, can you name me another industry that crumbled with the introduction of AI, or just the automation of any systems? Please tell me.
Bro, it's too early to tell. This is not.
No, Wonton, I'm telling you, give me another industry in the recent years since we have been cognizant that has crumbled.
None yet. It's just we're literally in the
none yet. I'm not talking about chat. I'm not talking about ChatGPT. I said the automation of processes.
That's a bad argument. You can't.
How is that a bad argument?
Because you can't say it hasn't happened yet, so it'll never happen. You can't say that.
I never said that it hasn't happened yet. I'm saying the same. I was going to give you an example. Painting and drawing. Yes. That when people was realizing that all I got to do is get an iPad and I can digitally become, now I'm an artist or whatever the fuck. I remember, and this isn't like some brand new shit. They've had digital tools for decades. But this is what I'm saying. But you're not letting me get my point out. There is a difference between printing something I made on my iPad and then the artist who was fighting against that because they had to go pay for the materials, get the canvas, get the frame, and paint this, as opposed to the nigga that has the iPad that's going to make sure he has a straight line. Do you see what I'm saying? That's going to make sure that the brush... I'm telling you, these are the conversations I remember hearing in middle and high school.
No, I get that. I get the complaint, but it's not the same as this current conversation. The reason it's not the same...
It's still in the land of art and creation.
The problem is, the difference is...
It's...
Even the artist using an iPad still has to be an artist. They still have to know how to draw. You can't just get a fucking random person and draw a masterpiece.
You're not listening. When you make a movie, if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to creating a story, I mean, I guess you could technically say, ChatGPT, give me a story of this. It all depends on the production. I know. I'm saying it all depends on how you piece it together. You're acting like there's going to be a world where we'll be nothing fed, but it'll be like Wall-E when they was on the ship, on the cruise ship, and they was all being fed food and they little motor cart vehicles. But that's how you're treating it. The bad movies are going to fall by the wayside, just like any other bad movie that was written by humans.
Bad movies make money all the time. What? Bad movies make a lot of money all the time.
One time. You know how many bad movies were written by niggas that was sweating blood and tears writing that shit, and then when it came out, didn't nobody go watch that dumb shit?
And there's been a lot of movies that had shitty writing that made a lot of money. So it go both ways.
Okay, so now it's going to be good and shitty movies with AI. And it's still going to be good and shitty movies with people that actually wrote the story.
I see what Alex is saying with automation. What he means by automation is it's like what I said about McDonald's and when you go in the restaurant and you don't have a cash register anymore, or you don't have a cashier. You have you go up there and everything's automated. You go to those kiosks. You know, you do that. I think that's a little different, just because you still need niggas in the kitchen. But yeah, some of the jobs will probably be replaced, so you don't need cashiers anymore. But you would hope that those people who used to be cashiers are going to be rerouted to other jobs within that workflow that helps that where the human element's always going to be needed, and that they don't just abandon those people. I think that's the thing with AI, where it's all right, let's use AI, but let's not take these people and just cut them out completely. That's the fear. Because even automation, everyone 20 years ago,
if there's an artist behind it, if there's an artist working with the AI, that is completely fine. That's all.
Y'all do this because of the starving artist idea. That's why we do this. That's why we do this for writers, bro.
No, I'm not even talking about for the artists' job safety necessarily. I'm talking purely from a creative standpoint. There's nothing in AI that is going to create anything that a fucking human being can create. I'm sorry, it's not going to be as good.
Well,
You might like it, but it's not going to be as good.
Yeah,
There's not. There's never
that's
going to
where I agree.
put it to you
I
this
don't-
way. If we ever get a fucking AI film that gets an Oscar for anything, I would love to see it. It has to be a human element behind it. It has to be a human creative behind it.
Fam. One
Well,
time.
well,
You got niggas putting shit in prompts and it spit out an image and they think they Picasso. Nigga, all it did was pull out 1,000 images that look like the shit you said and then put them together. There's no
One time.
creativity behind that.
One time. There.
You're not
I
building something
understand.
new.
I'm not negating the fact that there is a real fear that it could replace for every 30 writers we ain't got to use 15 of y'all. I understand that. But with every new thing in any industry, there are going to be positives to come with it. It's like y'all don't see any of the positives that could come
I've already told you I mentioned the positives. I told you I'm okay with AI being used. I don't want it to be used as a replacement. I want it to be used as a tool, as an additive. I'm fine with that.
But they've already put things in place, or with the actor union or whatever the fuck. Aren't they deciding on what is considered yes and no for that?
They
to
are,
be
but they still have a
appropriate?
lot of ground to make. Like even that writer strike, they got the shit that they did with AI is only scratching the surface because they still don't have a lot of protections with the AI talk, and those contracts they sign are only for 2 years. So we just had a strike last year. They signed a contract. In 2 more years, they got to go back to the drawing board, and it's possible they'll have another strike in 2 more years over AI because AI is getting more and more everything.
Because AI is getting that deep learning thing where now it's not pulling from what other people are doing on the internet. Now that shit's kind of it's thinking for itself, and if you want to use a layman's terms, so that's where AI starts to develop and starts to take off because AI now is poultry. It's not what we in 10 to 15 years. That's when we're gonna.
Bro, it's advancing so fast, and on top of this, if you want to get a glimpse of what could possibly happen with movies or any other industry, bro, look at music. These record labels right now can create a fake artist that don't exist, put out a whole album using AI, and the shit was like a real person, and that shit gonna get streaming sales.
And if
they're
it's
gonna
good,
put a
it'll
fake nigga on
stream.
stage.
If it's bad, it won't. If it's good, it'll stream. If it's bad, it won't.
But this is my question.
Guess what?
Even if it's good, why would you want that? Why would you want
and
an
this
album
the thing,
by
that's
a person that don't exist?
Oh, check this out. Because it'll be only the niggas like us that give a fuck about writers' credits and shit like that that'll even have the conversations. The general public don't give a fuck.
Bro,
if it sounds good,
credits.
it sounds good.
It's about a human did not make this. Why would
I'm telling you, when the general public hears it on a cruise ship, they like, wait a minute, is this a real person? They just listening to the song, my nigga. Like half the shit
about movies. If an AI make a movie, it's gonna be the same shit. It's gonna be a bunch of people that don't give a fuck.
And let me tell you this: if a random nigga see something on TV, they not sitting there thinking, "Damn, did AI write this script? This shit good." Or did people write? The casual person does not give a fuck. And I'm not saying that to say that we shouldn't care, but it's really only going to be you and me and the other people that's in the fam.
That's the problem.
This is the thing.
It literally kills art form. There's no need for freedom anymore.
And I hate when we do that.
Alex, if
we make AI sound so evil, but we do it. Oh,
no, AI
we do it everywhere.
AI is not evil. It's the people using it again.
And that those people get phased out if they don't want to evolve with the.
Listen.
For instance, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I can tell you this. I saw this shit in real time. Okay, when you cut your thermostat on, you press a button and it work, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Pneumatics.
Back in the day, niggas was using. You said what?
I said pneumatics.
No. That's old. Back then, they used to use compressed air. That's pneumatics. Nowadays, it's automated. It's all electrical inputs and outputs. So the niggas in the industry that was used to coming up and doing pressure vessels and making sure this shit and this gauge and this piston was running right so that you can get some cool air in your room, when they didn't want to learn how to use IOs and different controllers and different brain swaps and shit like that for their units, they phased out of the industry. You know who kept going? The niggas that realized, oh, okay, so this shit is going to more of electric route. I need to learn how to use that. And they're still in the industry. There's people on my team that have been working on this shit since the 80s and 90s. They're still working on shit now, teaching me how to use the new shit now. So with anything else, you're either gonna grow with or you're gonna get left behind.
Let me tell you the big difference though, because I'm not even arguing against what you're saying. But you're describing things that it's almost like for example, the way a thermostat works, or we could talk about the taxi cab system and how everything is done by Uber now, and they even got self-driving cars. That's all like service industry or like shit that people need to live their daily lives. We're talking about entertainment. When it comes to entertainment should be art. I don't want art from a machine. That's all I'm saying. I want an actual human being who has a creative mindset to make the art. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to argue against AI and any other industry, but when it comes to entertainment, I don't want to see that. I want my entertainment to be made by a human being.
I respect. I'm not mad at that.
That's all I'm saying. If you
I'm not
you
mad
talk
at
about
that.
the food service industry, I don't give a fuck if I go to a restaurant and a robot brings my food out and there's a robot chef making my burger. I just want this shit to be cooked well. Is it going to suck for the people that work those jobs? Yes, but at the end of the day, that's a natural progression.
So that's so crazy. So you have a heart when it comes to food. No, wait. You don't have a heart when it comes to food, but you have a heart when it comes to movies.
But I'm telling you the difference. We talking about art. I don't want art from a machine. That's all I'm saying.
I feel that. And like I said, I don't disagree with y'all. I want to make sure people are employed, and I too want them to have fruitful careers and do that. But before AI even came about, we've always been watching as casual consumers. We've always seen the movie industry not give any light to those crazy, interesting stories. Squid Games was denied how many times before Netflix picked it up?
A lot, yeah.
And Squid Games was one of the biggest shows that we have seen in our recent history on streaming services. That if that shit came out, that would have been the level of Sopranos. That would have been the level of Lost back in the day. So, we've always seen this shit. And we're not in the industry. We on the outside looking in, but it's like, hey
man, I'm with
tough
AI.
titty.
I just need them
tough
to
titty.
Get the,
I mean, yeah, if it's used as a tool, sparingly.
It just needs to be regulated. Like any new technology, it needs to be regulated. That's all. It just needs to be regulated.
If it's used sparingly as a tool, yeah,
just regulate it. It's the problem is it's a fairly new technology and it's advancing very, very fast. So they kind of have to catch up with the regulations and making sure it's used correctly. But I'm not against it. I want to make it sound like I'm fully against it. I'm not, because I've seen what AI can do. It's a lot of shit that it would be able to do that'd be very helpful for actual creative people. That's all. I'm with it in that sense.
That pussy be yiking.
Yeah, that was a good little topic. We hit the 2-hour mark. We usually end the show at around 2 hours, but we do have some reviews left, just a couple. Me and Mafia Quad saw In a Violent Nature, a new horror film that came out this past week. The whole I guess draw to this movie is that it's supposed to be the first horror film shot from the perspective of the killer. So what they mean by that is
wait. I don't know, that sounds a little interesting. I don't know.
So that's the original premise, is shot from the perspective of the killer. I'm going to go ahead and give my review. It'll be real quick, and I'll let Mafia go.
Okay.
So this film is a slasher. So when you think about slasher, you think about Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, shit like that. Immediately when you watch this movie, when it comes on, it immediately evokes Friday the 13th. And I'm going to get into that some more a little bit later, but that's kind of what it feels like. It almost feels like this director and writer wanted to make a Friday the 13th movie, and maybe he couldn't get approved, maybe he didn't get hired or whatever, so he wanted to make his own version of that. So that's to start off. The beginning of the movie, it kind of sets up the plot, like why he's killing, and then from there it follows the killer. Literally, you're like over the shoulder, like PlayStation style, following him as he's walking through the forest and sneaking up on people to kill them and things like that.
So once I got one question. Is this like that M. Night Shyamalan movie that's coming out soon?
How so? What do you mean?
Where it's following the killer?
I mean, not really, no, because that movie is more like the killer is the main character. That's different. We've kind of, and plus he's a human. Like we've seen movies about serial killers as the main character. The
Oh,
difference
okay.
with this is like he's like a supernatural monster type figure, like Jason. He doesn't talk.
Oh, okay.
He can't really be killed. So it's like that. It's literally like Jason, Friday the 13th, but instead of like, you know how those movies you usually falling behind like the camp counselors and shit.
Yeah.
It's not, you're falling behind Jason essentially. So think that way.
Okay.
So the concept sounds cool on paper, right? Oh, we get to see what the killer's doing. We get to follow the killer. The problem is, in my opinion, it doesn't. There's a reason why nobody's ever done it, because it doesn't work. When you're following behind the killer, especially a killer like this, who is similar to Jason in that he doesn't talk, he doesn't really do anything, it's kind of just boring. You're just watching him walk for a good portion of the film. And on top of that, there's like barely any soundtrack. The only time I remember hearing music is when he would walk into an area and maybe there was like a radio playing. Other than that, there's like no soundtrack, which for me is a big like downgrade, because for horror movies, I love horror movie soundtracks. It adds so much to those movies, and this movie doesn't really have one. You're literally just hearing like forest sounds and him stomping on grass. What else do I want to say? I guess the best thing about this movie really is the kills. If you are somebody who watches slasher movies for the kills, then I think you'll like this, because they give you some good kills. There's one in particular. I want to say it's like his third kill that he does. I don't want to spoil it, but I can't remember seeing anything like it in any other horror movie. So it felt very unique, very fresh for like a horror movie kill. And it's pretty extended. Like the way he does this kill is it goes on for like a minute. Like he went kind of crazy. Yeah, it has good kills. Good kills. The practical effects, like the gore and the blood and stuff, looks pretty good. The main plot point that they set up is very basic. Essentially, his mother gave him a necklace, and these kids walk up on it and they take the necklace, not realizing that it belongs to him, and so he basically goes on a killing spree because they took his necklace. That's the main plot point. There's a little bit more to it, but again, I don't want to spoil. What else do I want to say? The movie, in my opinion, is just it's not that great. When it comes to horror films, there's a lot of things that was lacking for me. I would have liked to see maybe more kills, because he kills a good amount of people, but there's really only like 2 or 3 kills that are exciting to watch. The rest of them are pretty basic. So I would have liked maybe to see a little bit more unique like kills and things like that. Again, no soundtrack. I definitely took off points for that, because you're literally just watching him walk for extended periods of time, and there's nothing happening, no music, nothing. The acting. So the main killer doesn't talk, but there are other actors in the movie. It kind of feels like they got these people off the side of it. Like they went to some local theater and was like, "Hey, you guys want to be in a movie?" Now I get it. This is an indie movie technically, so you can't really give them too much, hate for that. But yeah, the actors in this movie, they're not anything special. They're not really anything great.
So they asked.
Yeah, just kind of mid acting, below grade acting. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like I'm shitting on the movie, but the one thing I want to add is there's a group of people, when it comes to movies like this, slashers, they don't care about the story, they don't care about the acting. The only thing they care about is the gore and the kills. If you're one of those people, you might like this film. Right now,
E-Rock?
E-Rock, that's what I'm saying. That's why I told E-Rock yesterday. I said, E-Rock, I'm really curious to know what you're gonna think about this movie, because E-Rock,
Yeah.
he likes
Brain dead
slashers.
movies.
He likes
Yeah,
slashers.
brain dead.
He might fuck with this off the kills alone, but the rest of the movie is just not that great. Now, right now on Rotten Tomatoes, it's kind of split. It has like an 81% Rotten Tomatoes score, like critic score, and then the audience score is like in the 40s, like 43%.
Damn.
So I'll wrap it up. All in all, I don't think this movie is that great. It does kind of feel like a knockoff Friday the 13th. it even feels to the point where I wonder what Jack Move would think about this, because it has almost a lot of references to not only the movies, like the Friday the 13th movies, but even the game. Like there's there's bear traps and gas cans, and even if you've played the game, when you get to play as Jason, what are you doing? You're over the shoulder, you're walking around, you're looking for people to kill. It's very similar in that sense, where in the movie you're just walking around, he's looking for people to kill. The only difference, the game has music. The movies in Friday the 13th has music. This film does not. So all in all, I ain't gonna lie, I'll probably get this like a 6 out of 10. This would be a good like. See, I can't even. I was going to say this would be a good movie to stream in Discord, but I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of points of the movie where like shit's not really happening. Y'all either gonna get bored or niggas gonna start talking over the movie.
That's funny.
Thanks.
So yeah, 6 out of 10. I would recommend, if you're not really into slashers like that, if you're not a big horror fan, just wait for streaming. If you do fuck with slashers, it's worth the try, because you might like it. If you really like a big fan of slashers, you might fuck with it off the kills and shit alone. But yeah, I'll let Mafia Quad give his thoughts on that.
All right, so starting off with the pacing. Overall, I thought the pacing was decent, except towards like the absolute end of the movie where they were talking about the bear, which I figured was probably the killer, but I just, for the life of me, don't understand what was the point of that story. The characters, everybody in this movie is forgettable. You won't remember anybody. Maybe the killer at best, but no, these characters, no. Overall, I did like the direction of the movie following the killer. I thought that was interesting, but poorly executed. Mostly probably me due to me not caring about the killer, because they copied a little bit too much for Jason in my taste. Now, if you had a killer like, say, Freddy or Chucky, maybe following the killer would be more interesting because they have more of a personality and character. But for this killer, it's just not gonna work. There were, off the top of my head, like 3 memorable kills in the movie. Like Wonton said, the rest of them just kind of, eh. For me personally, I had to say this movie's below mid. If they did a sequel, it has the potential to be better.
God damn. You say it's
But
bad?
again, if they do a sequel, I say try to pull away from the whole Friday the 13th and just try to be your own thing. So out of 10, I say this is a 5. Wait for streaming.
Damn. Below
Appreciate that
average is a
review.
4.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
but
4 out of 10.
real quick, I see E-Rock in the chat. He says, Wonton doesn't know what he's talking about again. I haven't seen the movie, but he swears he knows what I like. Now, let me go back a little bit. Y'all were all listening. What if I'm not mistaken, what I said is, I'm curious to know what E-Rock would think about the film because he likes slashers. Did I say anything else besides that?
Right. You didn't. E-Rock was being stupid again.
Am I wrong in saying that he likes slashers?
No, you're not, because that's all he watches. All he watches scary movies and slashers.
Now hold on. Here he is in the comments. You said I only like these movies for the kills. That's not what I said. I said
that's all he do, like, for the kills.
I didn't say that. I can't speak. I mean, maybe Redpeg said that. I didn't say that. What I said was, if you're a fan of the slashers, you might like this movie off the kills alone. And I was speaking in general. I did not say you, E-Rock. So again, maybe watch the movie and then you can give your thoughts instead of dick eating and defending and hearing shit that nobody said.
Right.
I said you like slashers again, which is a fact. You like slashers. You're a slasher dick eater, as a matter of fact.
Thank you.
So I'm very curious to know what you would think about this trash ass movie.
E-Rock got the taste of a 15-year-old girl, nigga. All he like is scary movies, nigga. That's all he like. Scary movies and sitcoms, nigga. So his movie opinion really don't matter. If we being real, I don't want to hear his opinion on the movie.
Maybe E-Rock is in a horror movie because he hearing shit. He hearing shit that nobody said. He hearing shit. he might got a ghost in his fucking ear. Anyway,
right. The big back monster. Stupid.
Anyway, the movie is ass. It's dog shit. It's a fake ass Friday the 13th. E-Rock will probably like it because he likes shitty ass movies.
Facts.
But that's all I have for that review. And really, I mean, Alex, how you feel? Do you want to talk about Furiosa? Because you didn't get to talk about it when it came out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, quick side note:
Go ahead.
the Haikyuu movie came out. The dumpster tournament. It was good for anyone who's watched that series. If you haven't
Oh, that's
watched
the
the
anime,
Haikyuu
right?
movie,
Anime
yeah,
movie.
And then a
yes,
basketball movie. I'm tripping. No.
It's
volleyball.
volleyball, right?
Yeah, volleyball.
Okay.
No, that's Taarec shit.
Yeah, if you've watched the anime, you'll probably like the movie, though it's kind of condensing a lot of material from the manga. But for me personally, I thought it was cool for what it was.
What
Not as
movie?
good as the
This volleyball anime movie.
It's called
damn.
Haikyuu. Is the name of it? Haikyuu.
Yes, it's not as good as the I can't remember the name of the basketball movie that came out last year. I
Oh,
can't remember.
Kuroko with no basket.
Not that one. The other one. Slam Dunk.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't even think that was I can't remember the name of it, but that movie from last year was better as a sports anime movie, but this one was still pretty good.
Cool. Alex, are you there? Are you there, brother?
No, he's eating raw chicken nuggets with a side of avocado. Yeah.
He probably want to go make some more AI art.
Yeah,
That's I mean that's all I had really. We got through all the news topics. We did our reviews. Like I said, it was kind of a slow week. Not too many movies came out this week, but next week and the week after and the week after that, there's a lot of movies coming out in June and July. Go ahead, Rick.
We were supposed to talk about some TV shows. I guess we'll save that for next episode.
Ain't no shows out, right? We gotta wait till the shows come out.
I was talking about Shogun, but I want to talk about it when Saint come back. I want to talk about it when Saint come back. I'm on like the last episode.
I always talk about Shogun when you finish it because we all watched it. So if we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna talk about it. I need you to watch all.
All right. I got like two episodes left.
So yeah, we'll be back next week. I know a few of you guys are seeing Bad Boys this week. I'll be seeing The Watchers. It's the movie by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, one of his daughters. It's her directing debut. It's also a horror movie, thriller type movie.
Oh God!
I'm hoping that she's better than her dad because he's been kind of trash lately. But yeah, we'll have some reviews.
Was the last good movie he made was Split? Was that the last good movie he made?
Yes.
Yeah, most people say that.
You know how long ago that was? What the hell? That's
like,
crazy.
Like 2017, right?
Yeah.
2016, I think.
I mean, did y'all fuck with Knock at the Cabin or whatever that was that came out last year?
I didn't see it.
I can't even remember. I think Alex saw it.
It was okay.
Yeah, that's it. Hopefully there's some news this week. But yeah, we'll be back. I appreciate everybody watching. Again, sorry for the delay. The show was supposed to be yesterday. We had to push it to today, but I appreciate everybody watching live. Everybody who's running it back. Timestamps will be up tomorrow, and we'll have it on all the streaming platforms. And yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to E-Rock. And we can go ahead and do the outros. Redpeg, give me outro, brother.
Hey man, I'm not really excited to see Bad Boys next week. I'm going to see it with an uncle. So yeah, we'll be here with that. I'm low key going into the movie with low expectation. I'm gonna shit on the well, we'll see. Also, fuck E-Rock. He been dick eating lately. Fuck his big back ass nigga. I wish he was in one of them slasher movies. I wish he would have got by that slasher that movie that y'all just watched. I wish he was in that 1 minute kill scene, nigga, that y'all just watched. But yeah, see y'all next week.
My boy, Taarec.
Good podcast. AI conversation. That shit was kind of funny. I knew Roy was gonna be in the comments talking. Hey, this nigga, like, this is the most I've ever seen to do comment ever, and he's like, then I had like 80 lines of text.
Roy's he's a robot lover too. He loves machines.
No, he's an AI fucking. This nigga's been, ever since I met Roy on here, he's been talking about AI. So this is like his wheelhouse, dog. So that was a good conversation. Something different. I know we do reviews every week, but having these conversations, I think, are really interesting because you kind of hear it from both sides, and we kind of just we all had different perspectives, and you know, everyone has a little different take on it. So that was a good conversation, but a good podcast.
And my boy Mafia was the outro, brother.
Yes, sir. Good podcast. We'll catch y'all next week, and remember to keep it cinema.
That's facts. That's facts. And
remember, keep it cinema.
Saint had to step out, so we'll catch up with Saint later. Check out his socials and his YouTube channel. And last but not least, Alex, are you there with us? Are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm here,
Beep, boop.
guys.
Beep boop beep beep
Good
boop beep beep
podcast.
beep boop.
Keep it cinema. And my ass itches. We'll catch you next week.
Fire,
Fire,
fire.
fire. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to the
With a side of avocado.
Mi-
It's
Mr. AI. We
Mhm.
appreciate y'all watching, man. And we will see y'all next week.
what if ChatGPT told him put that avocado on that burger, nigga?
But it did.